about yourself, alright?
No, that's...
To people in NXT UK. And here comes a CPW Hall of Famer in Dan Evans, a man who's held every belt, a man who's been everywhere, but he's facing somebody with an incredible power game, so it's going to be a close one.
Well, I whooped his ass twice.
That you have, Mr. Richards, but you know what? It wasn't all one-sided. He brought some offense right back at you.
Absolutely did. Smash the grease block over my head.
And as I mentioned, he'll do anything to win. And Tyson T-Bone, I think he's going in expecting to play fairly, expecting to face a rival, a competitor.
Oh, this is going off straight away.
Wow, here we go.
Let's go.
And maybe I was wrong about both these men because this has just immediately started. Brawl on the outside. Dan Evans into the steel post.
Yeah, that.
And T-Bone showing that background in street fights.
You know, T-Bone obviously the WWE. Reverse.
And you've got to know, Mr. Richards,
Big shots.
T-Bone is not the kind of man WWE would look at straight away. He's the kind of man who might not always have the best public image, might not always put business first, but they couldn't ignore him because he's that good.
Exactly.
And he's just sent Dan Evans into the barrels and he's rolling him back in.
Referee Dale sending T-Bone back in. Are we underway or not?
Well,
I don't think I've heard the bell yet.
what kind of match do we even have here? I didn't know this was going to be no
Dan's
DQ.
escaping. Dan's going home. He's going back to London. Liverpool. Very far. Okay.
And this is supposed to be
We're going to have some more action.
a regulation match,
Get out of the way before
but
we
here
do
we
all
go. The bell hasn't rung, anything can happen.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Dan Evans cuts off Tyson T-Bone. And here they go past the commentary booth.
Smash him up, T-Bone. Oh,
T-Bone
He didn't get
hits
all
him
of
with the lid of a chair. And Tyson T-Bone's got a drinks tray. Oh, it's wet. It's sticky. Oh, he smashes Dan
that
Evans.
was partly blocked there by Dan Evans. That's partly blocked.
Drinks are being spilt everywhere. We're brawling through the crowd right here. Dan Evans cuts him off again. Real friendly around here, Dan. Come on, Dan! And Dan Evans putting Tyson T-Bone into one of those tables. Oh my word, no, he's got the barrel! And I'm amazed that Tyson T-Bone's still standing after that shot. Does anything put Tyson T-Bone on his ass?
He's supposed to be in a wrestling ring.
Well, when you come to the over 16 show, there's just no stopping them, Mr. Richards. Anything can happen. And we can't see well from our commentary booth, but it's an absolute brawl over in the left side of the arena. Oh my word!
Tyson T-Bone ain't allowed to do this on BT Sports.
And I think maybe he's getting all that aggression out.
These beautiful shoes. Concentrate on the match. One more time. Ooh.
And he's got another drink tray, I think, and smashes it over the back of Dan Evans. And I hope our camera crew can follow this. There is action everywhere. And here they come brawling back the other way.
Okay, here we go. Now we can see.
Back past
Kill
the
him,
commentary
T-Bone.
booth.
Kill him, T-Bone.
Dan Evans. He might not look as tough as T-Bone, but he's definitely one tough. Oh my word! Oh my word!
A fan is down.
Dan Evans just punched a fan. T-Bone ducked. And the referee has got one of the fans.
This is crazy. T-Bone going mad.
And Mr. Richards, you might be looking at a lawsuit right there.
Is he dead? Is he dead?
And somebody get that fan some help.
Get that fan in the ambulance.
Oh! Dan Evans went for the chop. He's ended up chopping those wooden blocks.
This is going to be naughty.
Oh my word! Tyson T-Bone did not miss.
One more time. And the boys egging him on for one more time. One more time. Did I just see Tina get her ass spanked?
I'll let you call that one.
It's all going off tonight. And he's loving it.
Tyson T-Bone has just spanked two members of the crowd.
That's probably made his year. Slapped by a WWE star.
But that entertaining gave Dan Evans a moment to get back into this match, and now he's got the drinks tray. Oh, over the head!
That one connected. I think they just want to smash this place up.
Tyson T-Bone didn't get his hands up on that one. He took it on the head, but you know what? That tough SOB has not gone down.
But did you just see Tina Hewitt just get her ass slapped? Did you know what? That's the girlfriend of Leighton Sims. I think he's going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, I wonder if Leighton Sims will interrupt this match and have some serious words with Tyson T-Bone. Yeah, Frankie Summers and Leighton Sims, they've helped the crowd member. And the crowd member still rocks, Mr. Richards. You might well still see a lawsuit with that one. Meanwhile, in the ring, big clothesline.
Did we just hear the bell ring?
We heard the bell ring.
We're underway.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Richards, but this is not an ODQ match. This is a regulation match.
Yes. Under
normal rules. Now that bell is rung. We will have regulation action in a CPW ring. Here comes Tyson T-Bone. The hip attack.
Come on, here we go.
We both know it takes more than that to put away Dan Evans. The crowd want it to be done, but Dan Evans kicked out.
The crowd think it's free. I'm not sure, we're going to have to maybe buy that guy a beer, I don't know his name.
Yeah, we need to get a gift package over to that fan. Just took a punch from Dan Evans full in the face and he's clearly groggy. He knows it's not fake right now. Oh, it's a Guri!
Doing the best of the UK right now.
Big drop kick.
Put it all on the line here. There's no stopping us. This is tremendous. This is what CPW action is all about.
Dan Evans, I do believe if Dan Evans keeps the speed up, he will have the advantage. After that series of drop kicks.
Could this be it?
That might be the first time T-Bone has actually been taken off his feet in this match. Oh, the crowd's telling Dan Evans that was definitely two. Dan Evans looking for now. Tyson T-Bone get to his feet. And if I was you, I'd stay on him. Keep him off his feet.
Absolutely. He's a big guy, that T-Bone.
And Dan Evans makes the mistake of letting him get to his feet. Yeah, shoulder first into that steel pole. And a huge Olympic style slam. More of a teardrop suplex from Tyson T-Bone.
Absolutely.
And the crowd is on their feet all over this place. I don't think Dylan's Brewery has had this much energy in it.
We did when we walked in the place.
And both men are up. You've got to know this is not going to end in a double count out. Surely these men want a finish. Trading strikes.
Dan Evans already got the victory over T-Bone from the Exodus back.
And T-Bone's got to be furious.
Yes,
Tyson T-Bone has got to think he was coming in as the big NXT UK star and he was going to win his first match.
How can you go to Vince McMahon and say, yo, I was going to beat my Mr. Richards boy. It's in the Hall of Fame.
I went over to Coventry and I got my ass whooped. It's not going to look good on your WWE resume. But that is how high the quality is here in CPW.
Wow, what a tremendous headbutt. Come on, Tebow. I don't know who else to play anymore.
Oh, a rebound suplex there from Tyson Tebow.
Come on.
Well, the first time these two met, Mr. Richards, it was CPW versus the world. And Dan Evans was Team CPW. But this is just one-on-one. This is just two men who don't like each other.
It wasn't that show, it was the X's back. Kyle Noir, he fought Tommy at CPW versus the world. He wished that CPW versus the world every day we wake up.
Tyson T-Bone.
He's saying John Cena can't see it. That's not from the 80s, my friend.
Tyson T-Bone's definitely in control here. And what's he setting up for? He's got Dan Evans hooked, but Dan Evans fights out with the elbows. Oh. Tyson T-Bone saves it. Oh no!
Come on, T-Bone! Oh! Brilliant kid, wake him up! 1, 2, 3, oh! Where's the other ref? What's he doing out having a drink? Skinner, what's going on? Why is our other ref over there? He should be in there, and this is why he should be out here.
Our other referee thought he was off shift, Mr. Richards. He refed his last match and he's gone to the bar.
What the hell is he doing?
He's out there watching this match.
He's out there laughing, and his partner's down. He's boring, down's going up. Come on, T-Bone, turn around!
First a fan, now our referee. Oh, and then a low blow.
That's a low blow. Typical Dan Evans there. Who's he calling?
Oh, it's Scott Overwood. The Merseyside Mercenary Squad together.
18 months as tag team champions.
Oh, it's Bashby!
It's Bashby! More Bashby! Bashby taken down, he's been beaten bad. Then the referee's still down. Come on, you are the referee. Boy George is a referee. Oh!
Wait, the referee's up! The referee's up! And he's called for the bell. Senior referee, Dale Richardson, has called for the bell. He got up.
I'm going to go right here. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell the people at home right now. I'm telling you what I'm making for the elimination banner. I'm making Bashby and T-Bone versus the Mercenary Squad. Yes, you heard it.
No, Mr.
I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I have the power. I have the money. I'm making that match.
You know how hard it is to get an NXT UK star in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Talking Madness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no ordinary episode. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 10. Can you believe it, lads? We've made 10 episodes.
I'm surprised you didn't get shut down after episode 1, tell you the truth.
I'm surprised as well. Once again, it is just the three of us. It is Lee Simmonds, and tonight, Slim Shady.
Yes,
Slim Shady.
I am slim and I'm very shady.
Yes, well.
Aaron, you never fail to surprise us here.
And also
Talking
we've
Madness.
got Nathan Lewis, aka a young Uncle Albert.
You know, if anybody out there ever watched Only Fools and Horses, you know how Uncle Albert talks about during the war? Nathan took a picture of during the war. Look at him. That is young Uncle Albert. That was me.
You know what Nathan talks about? Not during the war, during his tag team match against the Hunter Brothers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come to that later.
Yeah, probably.
They're on about, mate. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be asking ourselves the questions. We're going to interview ourselves. Also, you, the fans, get your questions in for Aaron, get your questions in for Lee, get your questions for me. Anything to do with wrestling, our experience in wrestling, what we see the future happening, anything about the past, present, you name it. There's no questions out of bounds. Doesn't mean they'll be answered, though, if they're too far. I'm just saying. Aaron's face is like, I may not answer something. But
that's anything.
Get your questions into us. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions. First of all, though, before we start, a couple of days ago, the most recent episode of Moonlight went up. So catch the most recent episode of Moonlight on the demand service.
You've got to watch it, man. This shit is good.
Oh, definitely.
And later on, we'll talk about some other things that are coming out this weekend on the on-demand service. So let's start off how we start with all our guests. And we'll go from, I say youngest to oldest, but as in youngest in wrestling to oldest in wrestling. We'll go around what got us into wrestling, what's our first memories of wrestling, and sort of what was wrestling for us growing up.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Oh, sorry.
You start.
Oh, yeah. I'm the youngest, don't I?
For
really?
once, you're the youngest.
I am, isn't it? It makes a change being the youngest for once.
Come on, Grandad, hurry up.
So give me a chance to think about this. You know what I mean? Getting old. So when we say talking about what got started in wrestling, what got started in CPW, you're saying, yeah?
Well, in what you press first and then into CPW.
Or should we talk about our earliest memory of wrestling, then lead up to CPW?
Have you not been here for these other shows?
No,
mate. I'm meant like bodily wise, I'm here.
So yeah, right. And let's take it like
Ask me a question.
We've got someone we're interviewing. So Aaron, what got you first interested in wrestling, and then what led that to you wanting to become a wrestler yourself?
So I've liked wrestling since the 80s, Lee. Yes, I can say people like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, Rowdy Piper, people like that. You know, they're the ones that I watched and idolized. But I was never into just singles wrestling. I always loved tag team wrestling, like from a really early age. You know, like the Rockers. You know, watching them come in with like they had like the tassels on them and stuff like that. And you just thought, wow, that looks like, you know, running to the ring. Bushwhackers. I know people say Bushwhackers is like the most.
Man, I love them. They were sick.
You know what? It's just like they weren't the best wrestlers, yeah. I agree, but they got the crowd interested, and that's what's the best bit.
That no matter how good or like anybody says they were, they're memorable now, and people will remember them.
Oh yeah.
What, the Bushwhackers?
Yeah.
Everyone's done the Bushwhacker walk.
Of course you did. Of course you did. You know. And obviously, my favourite all-time tag teams is Natural Disasters, because I just think they're the best tag team ever. You might shake your head, Nathan, but I tell you what, mate, they put bums on seats.
No, I just think it's funny that you always mention Natural Disasters.
Because they're the best tag team ever.
Mate,
battle me on it.
Means a lot in wrestling, so if that's what your personal opinion is, then fair play to you.
I liked them, you know. Then obviously, growing up watching wrestling, when I was in teenagers, there was nothing really around for, you know, us to do that sort of thing. So you just did like the backyard wrestling with your mates, you know, an old mattress and.
Oh yeah, amount of
Your
times
little-
Dave back, in his back garden. Dave. I nearly
Oh,
crippled
mad
him.
Dave.
By, just like giving him a pedigree or something like that, and not realising shouldn't be doing it on pavement outside his dad's house.
Yeah. I remember being in the bedroom. My brother decided to give me the first ever front face DDT.
Let's just
talk.
him out now to anybody watching. Don't do any of this stuff at home.
No.
You're a trained professional for this stuff.
So we were in our bedroom. My brother decided to front face DDT me, and then just totally win the shit out of me. And then I'm out the window like, and all I can remember is him saying, "Don't tell mum. Just don't tell mum."
Don't tell mum. Don't tell mum. I'll let you hit me. Don't tell mum.
Yeah, it's the famous brother thing, isn't it? Don't tell mum. Don't tell mum. So yeah, so there was obviously nothing in Coventry, and then Wes Hanley, who's related to me, he then told me about CPW. You need to come along. You need to come watch some wrestling. So I went to watch, and then I decided actually I don't want to watch. I want to train. So I remember sending a message to Mr. Richards and stating everything, about my mental health, and I want to, focus on some type of mental health. He's like, yeah, come along and get involved.
Who's got somebody at the door?
Sorry, can I just? It's mine. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Carry on a second.
I was like, why is there a doorbell going off? Like, is someone doing it on purpose? Wow. Okay. This is.
Dominoes now. I'm going to be gutted.
Mate, you might have your kebab. Was it a kebab man?
No, right. So, you heard me. I told my kid, didn't I? Leave the door open for your mum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mum coming back now. Sorry about that, viewers. So yeah, obviously I went along. First person I met was Dale, who tried to teach me to do front bumps, back bumps, which I still can't do now. But and then
quite basic.
And then I met Nathan, who turned out to be like a long lost brother because we're both bald head ginger beards with same tattoos.
Yeah, you do look like amazingly similar.
Yeah, I've got Nathan. Who's that?
My mum said that she recognised him. I think he might be my dad.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy that follows you around up your house, Nathan?
No, so there's a homeless bloke who obviously stands at the top of the road near where I live. He's friendly guy. But he's adamant my name is James, so he calls me James. I'm not correcting him on it. I mean, I don't want him to know my real name. And he always stops to have a chat. He's a nice bloke. But I remember Aaron messaged me once saying, "Mate, I think there's some guy that thought I was you, but he kept calling me James."
Yeah.
And I went, nah. That's just what he thinks my name is. But
you're right, James.
This bloke mistook Aaron for me.
He literally was like, "You're right, James. How you doing, mate?" I'm like, "I think you got the wrong person, mate."
Oh, James here, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like that's how I got into wrestling.
So it's Wes's fault you're here.
Yeah, blame Wes. Blame Wes for all your troubles, Nathan.
Oh, Wes!
Go on, blame him. But then you wouldn't have a lift anywhere, would you? Really? I'm talking to both of you actually.
And I'll have less kebabs.
Yeah. Whoa. So yeah, that's how I got into it. I kept it short and sweet because we know Nathan would go on for the rest of the night. We're talking about it.
I've got a question for you, Aaron, straight away from CPW.
Yes.
The question is, would you ever wrestle for Phoenix Wrestling? And what do you think about them?
Are we allowed to be honest about this?
It's a chopper.
Are we allowed to be honest?
You want?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear?
I don't give a crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I go for it? Should I just go for it? Phoenix Wrestling is the most.
Who are they? No one cares who they are.
Phoenix Wrestling is the most shittest wrestling company around. Yeah, it's full of dickheads. Yeah, right on the shows that don't know how to wrestle. I've watched some of their shows like on YouTube, and I think if I was to walk into Phoenix Wrestling, I'd be like the heavyweight champion of it all, and I'd probably own the company. I would say anyone that goes into Phoenix Wrestling thinking it's the bee's knees really need to go and get their heads checked out. And to certain people on the Phoenix Wrestling who thinks they're bad boys by messaging me saying I don't know nothing, we all know who you are and how you like to talk to little girls in certain ways. So I'll put that out there. No CPW. I would never go to Phoenix Wrestling. The only time I go to Phoenix Wrestling was if I was to burn the place down.
Aaron, can I just say, mate, will you get off the fucking fence? Really?
Yeah, so
you want to hope it doesn't get burnt down now. You're suspect number one.
I know, yeah. Can I just say that? I'm just going to say that I'm busy for the next few days and I'll have alibis. But no, I won't go Phoenix Wrestling because a certain person on there messaged me, giving it the big one, and I'll just sit and wait. There we go.
I agree with you. It's Bum City, mate. I've been there, worked there, and I'm a bit ashamed of it. I wouldn't change it. It happened. I learned from it. I mean, what I learned was that's not how you do it.
No.
I warn people all the time, don't go there. If you're really desperate and like you've got nowhere else to wrestle, like say, for example, like that's the only place you live.
No, listen.
Well, it's unfortunate.
CPW is my home, yeah. CPW gave me these opportunities, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said this. I would never go anywhere out of the CPW without the guidance of like people like Mr. Richards, you, Nathan, Will, Dale, you know, and I know how you guys feel about places like Phoenix. So nah. Not really. I'd rather spend a night in bed with Lee.
Mate,
What? As we're discussing, Lee, how did you feel about T-Bone spanking your missus? Question from CPW.
I just had to prove that I could spank her harder than him. You know what I mean? That's it.
Do you know? Can I just say?
She had hand marks to prove it. You know what I mean?
Can I just say, like Lee?
His big beast hand mark, yeah, was nowhere near as red as my little hobbit hand mark. I promise you. Boom!
I was about to say that you spanking Tina's ass is like asking a 10-year-old to do it because you both got the same size hands as a 10-year-old, ain't you, mate?
But I'm not illegal to do it, so it's all right.
You're like,
I don't think Lee was a 10-year-old doing it either.
No.
A little hornswoggle handprint.
Only 10-year-old I go for, mate, is Scotch whiskey.
You're like little hornswoggle, ain't you?
Right, I'm moving this on. This is going to get weird if we carry on down this path. I know what you two are like. Anyway, Aaron, we've got another question.
The geezer's massive, but I smashed it harder, so it doesn't matter.
I'd let Team smack my bum.
Anyway, got another question for you, Aaron, whilst we're talking to you.
Okay.
How did you find the transition from Superstars roster to the main roster?
Scary. I got to admit. So I remember my first. So I'd done season 1 of Superstars, and my first main roster show was it was the Xmas Bash. It was me, Sims, and Steve-O, weren't it?
Yeah, Stevie W.
Yeah, versus Bashby, James Cross, and
Iron Serb.
And I've got to admit that whole day, like my little poop hole was like going 10 to the dozen. I was back and forth to the toilet. I was proper nervous because it's the big stage, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like playing Sunday league football and then somebody saying, "Well, you want to step up to the Premiership."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a matter of a few weeks, and you're like, "Whoa!" But I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a bit older and I'm older than anyone in there, really. So I don't know. Did I take it in my stride? Maybe a bit more. I looked like I was, but inside I weren't. I was proper nervous.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things they say, going from superstars where you've been practicing for that 10 weeks, 8 weeks for that one match to obviously a few days to practice or to a few days to cover a match or on
Not
the
even
day.
that. Yeah, on the day, isn't it?
It's completely different.
You did well and you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you got to remember, it's a superstar's tailored for your match, yeah? So, like, that's what's cool about Superstars. To get an insight into wrestling, Superstars is the best thing because, you know, it's tailored for that insight into it. It's not, you know, like with you when I was wrestling against you, Nathan, you know, we tailored the match to suit me, to help me, you know, to learn on the way. Where you think if you're on the main roster, they're not tailored for you. You can't say, well, you know, can we tailor it so I don't do so much because I'm not that, you know, confident. It's no, we've got to put a match on here that's got to get the crowd going, oh my fucking God, I just enjoyed that, you know.
Yeah.
So, it's a massive step up, but it's a step up that I've enjoyed.
That's all good. That's what matters at the end of the day, I guess, is enjoying it and having fun with it. And that's why we do it. So, guys, if you are watching, obviously don't forget in the comment section, in the chat section, you can ask questions. We are here to answer your questions. This is your chance to ask us anything you've ever wanted to ask us.
Anything.
What we'll do then, we'll give Aaron a little break, stop talking about him and brushing his ego. We'll go on to Lee Simmonds. Let's talk about your life in wrestling, what you liked about what you got you into wrestling, how much you love wrestling, etc.
I mean, my first memory of watching it was probably WrestleMania 17. And it was The Rock and Stone Cold in the main event. And it was when Stone Cold went heel. And I was the whole show, man. I had mates who'd said to me, like, I didn't really watch wrestling before, but mates said to me, like, yeah, you should, give it a go. And I was like, yeah, maybe. But then I watched that and I was hooked for life, man. And The Rock, ever since, became like my hero. I love the guy. Just everything about him is electricity in the ring, man. He's just how he can get 20,000 people going crazy with one fucking eyebrow lift. You know what I mean? Or just it was amazing. And then I started watching stuff like
we all tried that eyebrow lift, didn't we? Everyone's tried it.
I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it with my other.
Look.
See, both mine go. Right. If you just joined us, we're all here trying to do the Rock's eyebrow. We're not just being weird. I can't do it.
Now, let's do a challenge. I want everybody who's watching, anybody in the CPW Galaxy, send a picture to the CPW Galaxy page of you doing the people's eyebrow, and let's see if it's better than mine.
Anyway, right. So you got turned on. So you got turned on by an eyebrow and liked wrestling. Okay.
Yes, and just in sniffing the air got me going. You know, how could it not? But then, like I say, started watching older stuff, and I fell in love with Macho Man. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, because of his character, everything about him just made you want to watch him, made you want. So I watched all of his old matches, and then when it got to the Mega Powers and the Mega Powers exploded, it was just, I fucking loved it, and I wish I was there to see that, as it actually happened. That would have been great. But then, I stopped watching it for a while, and then I got back into watching it round about the time when John Cena started getting to be bigger, as big as he was, yeah. And then,
okay.
And then, I thought, I'd love to give this a go.
Mm-hmm.
My first experience with wrestling was actually at Phoenix.
I was waiting for this because I know this story.
One session there, And I swear, if they didn't make their first session free, I'd have kicked off about paying for it, because there was me and another new guy there, and they didn't care about us. They didn't show that. They completely ignored us. We felt completely ignored, and I just felt like a little, some little ballend just at the side, like, oh, please let me wrestle, please let me wrestle. And they were all acting like they were fucking Rey Mysterio, just some fat guy trying to be Rey Mysterio. I'm not sure talk, man. But then, so I never went back. I said to him, yeah, I might come back next week, but I never did. And then it was ages until I found CPW. But my first session at CPW at the Binley Banqueting Suite, everyone, you, Tomby, Danny, everyone made me feel welcome straight away. Just walked up to me, said hello, spoke to me about it, made me feel like they were interested in me being a part of the group, and that sold it for me more than anything. And then there was good training as well. There was an actual ring. There was good training, and
a ring.
Yeah. And
every so often
makes a difference. But so obviously I came back and I kept coming back. But yeah, that first session at Phoenix, if I'd have just taken that as my first and last like experience of wrestling, I wouldn't be here. And I'm so fucking glad I found CPW. I remember messaging the boss and saying I've got no experience in wrestling, but I'm physically fit and I just want to do it. And he was like, yeah, come along. And like I said, everyone made me feel welcome. So that's why whenever I'm there, if a new guy comes in, and everyone else does it as well, we all go up to them, you make them feel welcome, you make them feel at home, and that's why they stay. And that's why I've stayed. Definitely, I love the place. CPW is home.
Like I say all the time, I always say, we're not only CPW, we're wrestling, but we're also family.
Yeah.
You mess with one of us, you mess with a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
I was sent a message from a friend of mine, Tracy, who said she can do the people's eyebrow better than you, Lee.
What?
Where's the proof? We need the proof.
She didn't know how to do it, so I'm going to say, Tracy, go onto Facebook, look for CPW Galaxy page, and then add it, and then put your picture on there so we can all see. Because if you could beat Lee, I'm happy then. Yeah.
Yes, we need photographic evidence.
So Lee, whilst on the subject of you, we have a question from CPW. Boys and girls watching, I can see there are a couple of other questions. We'll come back to them in a bit. We're just going to go to Lee's question first, but we will get around to all the questions, I promise you. So CPW want to know, Lee. I guess, Aaron, you can pipe in on this one as well, really, because I know both of you have been affected by this. But how has wrestling and being at CPW helped with your mental health?
Well, for a long time before wrestling, I was getting myself into a lot of trouble, and I've always said, if I hadn't have found wrestling, if I hadn't have found CPW, the way I was going, the people I hung around with, the stuff I was doing, I'd have, ended up, maybe not now, but in 10 years' time in jail or dead. And I've faced jail quite a lot in my life. Luckily, I haven't actually never been, because I think I'm far too pretty for jail. But
oh, mate, you'll be pillow biting.
You'll be holding on to my pocket.
I'll be currency. But yeah, it's like having a supportive group of people around you that, we all share the same passion. I've always said as well, so many people I'm friends with through wrestling that I probably would never have been friends with in any other walks of life. So many people as well, they'd have looked, most people look at me as well. I'm a skinhead with tattoos. I look like, EDL. I look like BNP.
Griffin.
You know what I mean? Nick Griffin, you know what I mean? But shut up, you're Peter Griffin. But yeah. Look, if people get to know me, I'm not like that, and that's how I've learned as well a lot to not to judge people by how they look through wrestling as well, because so many people who, like I say, I wouldn't have been friends with before, but now are some of my closest mates and some of the people I love more than anything.
I'm still not friends with you though.
one person I got to give a shout out to if he is listening, if he's watching, or if he's listening in the future, is Mikey. Is Frankie Summers. He's our man from Team Madness. I hope he's doing all right because he is probably.
Love Frankie.
He's probably one of those guys who I would not have been friends with before. I mean, before wrestling, he did cosplay, he did Comic-Con. I stole cars. You know what I mean? Like we didn't run in the same circles. You know what I mean? Like, so, but now,
Probably stole his car.
He's one of my closest friends, and I love that guy to bits. But that's what wrestling, that's what CPW can do for anybody. And
it brings people together that weren't in that sort of same circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it does. For me, Nath, do you know what? Like, I mean, all you got to do is speak to Dale and ask Dale what I was like when I first turned up at CPW to what I am now. And he says you were just a shell when you turned up. You're nothing about you. You know, all I said was, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. And then now I'll speak to him and say, like, the things you do now, you know, and how much you've came out of that shell. But I thank like you guys as well for it, you know, because if it weren't for like yous, you know, taking me under your wings and that, I probably wouldn't have stayed around, you know, because I was nervous as hell.
But you pay that forward now as well. Even the younger kids that come through, you're like everyone says it. You're like a mother figure in backstage, man. You are like, and
I got boobs.
I love it about you, man. You go up, you always make sure you go up and see the kid, like the young lads. You know, you.
Yeah, well.
Why are you shaking your booby?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm a mother figure. I've got boobs.
You didn't hear Aaron then. You went, you're a mother figure. He said, are you talking about my boobs?
Oh no.
Do you know what? Like you're right there. You're right what you said. Like little Crystal calls me her older brother, and I think she had a friend at a show once, and she says, "Oh, that's my big brother in the ring there wrestling." And then her mate turned around to Crystal's mum, was like, "How old was you when you had him?" Bear in mind, Crystal's mum's younger than me.
Awkward.
Yeah, there's some comments here. Triple B's here again. Yes, Triple B. Thank you for joining us. Martin's here again. Yes, Martin. Thank you for joining us. Anyone else want to shout out? Just let us know you're watching, and we'll shout your name out. Triple B said that wrestling and mental health go hand in hand. I agree. Obviously, you know how I see things, but I've learned a lot about mental health and also gained a lot more understanding because of a lot of my friends in wrestling having mental health issues and opening up to me really. And it's opened my eyes up really on the whole thing as well. So I think wrestling and mental health do go hand in hand. I think they say it's an environment that helps it. But also when you've got a locker room like ours where everyone's so close, it allows people to be more open and communicate. Like we said, obviously this is episode 10. We're celebrating 10 episodes. And like we did have a discussion in episode 2 with Martin about how, the best thing to do is talk about it.
Definitely.
Don't be afraid to talk. Just so you're aware, we have had pictures put in the CBW Gallery page by Martin. He can do the people's eyebrow with both eyes.
What?
We win.
And he's put a picture of both of them. He's technically winning at the moment.
No.
So whilst we're on you, Lee, as well, we've got another question for you, Lee. And it just says, CPW want to know, how did it feel the first time you won gold at CPW? And what was it?
My first gold was, and I'll always be proud of being the first ever New Blood Wrestling heavyweight champion. And tell you what, I mean, it meant more than anything. Obviously, we all got into wrestling because we're wrestling fans. And when you're a kid, and when you see your idol, when I saw The Rock standing up, up on the turnbuckle, holding the WWF title, I wanted that to be me. And when I won that, it felt amazing. And then when all the support from the crowd, and then when my homies came out to celebrate with me, and he brought me out of booze, he brought me out a bottle of,
Oh, yeah, mate.
It was amazing. and I'll always appreciate it. And all I'm saying is, I'm getting that motherfucker back.
Nice.
Was that the same night after that we went to a hot tub party with a bit of George Michael's Careless Whisper?
That's it. Oh, that's saxophone. Oh.
Whoa, hang on. Time out.
Oh, mate, it was only a Team Madness party.
Yeah, mate.
Time
Team
out.
Madness only, mate.
Time out. What are we on about hot tub party for? When? What? Why? What? How? Where?
Team Madness thing.
Celebrate, mate. We
Who has this hot tub? Where is this hot tub?
Well, it wasn't really a hot tub. It was just a paddling pool, and Aaron was farting loads. So it was bubbles. It was bubbles.
But it had George Michael's Careless Whisper. What more
It's
do
all
you
right,
need?
Aaron. I'm still the better friend. I've never stole your kebab.
Oh, come on!
Oh,
I never
it still hurts. It still
It's a
hurts.
chopper.
But yes, to sum up, it felt amazing to win that gold. Definitely. And I'm hoping there's more in the future.
Nice. So what we'll do then, before we go on to me.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we have to. Of course we do. We got a question here from Triple B.
Yeah, I'll wrestle you, Triple B.
Triple B says, if we could name or build a faction of 5 people, whether from WWE, AEW, wherever, any wrestler in the world, past, present, future, who would be your top 5 in your team?
Does it have to include us? I mean, or
No.
is it just all right? Because I mean, I would love to be in a team of all of these people, but trust me, I've thought about this many a time.
I'd put myself in there because I'm the greatest there ever is.
All right, 5 people, yeah. I'm having the Rock and Sock connection. I need those 2 in my life. I fucking love the Rock and Sock connection. Then I'm having Rey Mysterio. Then I'm having Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Then I'm having Eddie Guerrero and William Regal.
So you're not in your own team?
Oh, mate, if I could just be close to any of those 5, I'll be happy.
So William Regal, Rock and Sock Connection, Chris Jericho, and Eddie Guerrero.
Rey Mysterio.
That's 6.
Oh, wait.
Rock and Sock, Chris Jericho,
Eddie and William Regal then. Eddie and William Regal, yeah. Because I love William Regal. I love that guy.
Good job you're not a referee, mate. You're struggling with accounting.
I know.
I don't look good in stripes.
You don't need to know numbers when you're robbing cars.
No, that's it.
Okay, Aaron, yours?
So, right, here we go. I'm going to go for Giant Haystacks.
Oh.
Natural disasters.
Oh, mate, natural disasters. Come off it. They're in there. That's free. I'm going to go for the great and late Pat Roach.
Ah.
Yeah. And then, Matt, I'm going to throw this in there, right? Just for pure and comedy reasons. I am going to go with Doink the Clown.
Doink?
Which Doink, though? Which version of Doink?
Original Doink.
Not really bothered, mate.
Well, no, because 2 of the versions are really, really good, and other versions
early version.
Other version were just clowns.
Yeah.
Literally.
Early version, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just need that comedy value in there.
Yeah. Mine's going to be a bit different to all of yours, really.
Oh, because you're going to be in it, ain't you?
No.
No, come on. Let's hear, bro. Let's hear.
Okay. Will Star. No, joking.
Come on.
I'm joking. Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels. Randy Orton. This is the weirdest one, and this will be explained later when we discuss my wrestling. Dolph Ziggler.
I like Dolph.
Probably, again, maybe explained later, Goldust.
Oh, Goldust is awesome.
if anybody cannot love Goldust, they're a fool. I mean, all the way out throughout his career, I've loved him. Like when he used to come in women's underwear, just when that was like, that would have got him stabbed from the crowd, and he just had the bollocks to do that.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
stuff
people watching, let us know your 5. Let us know your 5 if you're watching. Who would be your 5 wrestlers in your team, past, present, or future? I mean, future. I mean, don't know who you expect to be in the future. Don't know.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson's daughter. I don't know.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
Oh, this is it, right? Before we go on to me, we got another lead question for Lee from Coventry Pro Wrestling. Lee, can you tell the fans all about the Nuneaton story?
No, I can't.
What's the Nuneaton story?
Coventry Pro Wrestling would like you to tell the Nuneaton story.
Do you mean on Aaron's dad's stag night? Is that the Nuneaton story he's on about? I'm guessing, basically.
I don't know. It just says Nuneaton story.
Well, I'm just going to guess it's Aaron's dad's stag night, which was a good night, by the way. And Gordo, I fucking love you, mate. Big Gordo. But,
Where was I? I couldn't make it, could I?
We didn't invite you.
No, I was abroad.
You're wrestling in.
I was abroad, yeah.
in Budapest. No, I disappeared and I woke up in a random house. I don't know where I was, fully clothed on a bed. I don't know where. It was a child's bed as well. I'm not going to lie to you, yeah? I fucking lied to you. There was no child in there.
I have heard this story.
There was no child in there. I got up, wandered around the house for about 5 minutes, like, where the fuck am I? This girl, looking like some smacked out fucking, honestly, like smacked out Krusty the Clown, came down the stairs. And I was like, is this your house? She said, no, I thought it was your house. I'm not going to lie. I stole bus fare from the side and I left. That is the Nuneaton story. There you go. That's my shame. That is my shame, CPW. That is my shame.
Do you know the worst bit is, like, Lee, and Nathan, right, is that we're out, yeah, we're at a place called, if anyone knows in Nuneaton, it's called the Fuzzy Duck, right? It was an awesome place. It was like a cocktail bar.
Duck.
So, like, I'm sitting there, I'm chatting away, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, my mate, where's Lee gone? Where's Lee? And he's gone. He's gone.
Mate,
In, like, smoke, he was gone.
Mate, I mean, I was steaming. I woke up and I felt like shit. And I didn't know where I was. I was scared. I thought I'd been kidnapped. I was scared.
I mean, I was worried about you.
I like how you thought you'd been kidnapped because you're in a child bed. Someone just thought you was an overgrown child. Like, I found this overgrown child and I brought him home.
Mate, it was worrying. When I saw this girl, I thought, shit, is this your house? And when she said no, I thought it was yours. I was like, have we both been kidnapped? Is this a small situation? Is that what this is? Am I going to have to cut the key to the door out of her stomach? Is this what's happening? I was scared.
Oh, that was the
I
best
just
story
spat my
ever.
drink all over my laptop.
That was off.
I did put missing posters out for you.
Oh, no, you prick. That's all right.
I just spat my drink everywhere on my laptop.
The next day, Nathan, I put missing posters outside. Last seen in the Fuzzy Duck. Please return.
Technically, just squirt on the CPW Galaxy there when I sprayed them.
Oh, mate. Bless you.
Anyway, we have got another question from CPW. We are going to come back to that later. Once we've done the bit about me, but we just quickly got the answers from Triple B and Martin. They've told us what their top 5 all-time team would be. Martin's Triple B's is interesting. I didn't expect this from Triple B, but he explains at the end. His would be Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Orange Cassidy, Bret Hart, and Jeff Hardy, just because I can't flip lol. Martin's would be Arn Anderson, William Regal, Johnny Saint, HBK, Triple H.
You know, it's funny when you hear other people's, you always hear a name and you're like, why didn't I have?
Yeah.
And Triple H, I can't believe I didn't think of him because I fucking love that guy. He's a bad man.
I've got a question for both of you, yeah?
I'll tell you what, mate, my wrestling Mount Rushmore,
Donkeys.
the Mount Rushmore, which is like the four, like they say it's the four most important presidents, yeah? What's
Yeah.
your because that's what I would say is the foremost who's done the most for wrestling, yeah? Yeah, who's done the most for wrestling. And what I'd have to say, you've got to have Vinnie Mac there, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, and probably Ric Flair.
So I wouldn't have Vinnie Mac.
No, Vinnie Mac, no, mate, he's not a wrestler.
Not only that.
A wrestler or not, because of him, WWE is as big as it is. Because of him, mate, what he's done, that's fair enough. It's personal opinion. What's yours then?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, The Undertaker, The Rock, and probably John Cena.
I would have had The Rock
Modern day.
because of how much The Rock has brought like wrestling into the limelight. But
Nathan, who's that?
Who's that in your house? Are you being burgled?
What? Just letting them. Just letting them. Just take what you want. It's okay.
I'm busy.
What is mine is yours. Just take it. Yeah.
Who is that? Let's say hello. Who is it?
I'm waiting for him to leave. It's my weird ass. It's my weird ass fucking flatmate who's here like 3 days a week, and he's probably like 60. He's like 60 something.
I never knew you had a flatmate.
No, I don't. He just lives in one of the rooms. He just comes here like Tuesday night, sleeps here like Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night, and then disappears. Weird. What?
Is he your sugar daddy?
No.
Is that how you get your new gear?
Mate, if I was gonna have a sugar daddy, trust me, he wouldn't look as ugly as that bloke.
CPW Galaxy, we want to know, do you think that's Nathan's sugar daddy?
The poll.
Anyway, Coventry Pro Wrestling agree with Lee that Vince McMahon should be in Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Aaron, what's your Mount Rushmore?
JFK, Barack Obama. Oh, sorry, yeah. No, I'm gonna go with Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triple H definitely.
Hulk Hogan.
Nope.
The Rock.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold.
Fair.
That's fair.
But then you could add more, because now I'm sitting here thinking, oh shit, Undertaker. Shit, this, you know what I mean?
Wrestling, like, Vince made WWE, made wrestling such a massive thing. Triple H has taken it on even further, and what he's trying to do for NXT and for stuff like that. Hulk Hogan, the first person to bring wrestling to the mainstream, and then Ric Flair was just obviously one of the best technical wrestlers ever, so I have to put him there.
I think if I was to put Vinnie Mac in, I'd take him out and put Tony Khan in. I'm joking.
I'd have Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. Come
on then, Nathan.
I don't even know what the words were, but I love that song.
Nathan, should we let's go on, Nathan. Tell us your story of wrestling, because I mean we've only got 2 hours left.
Mine's really quick. I watched it one day, went to uni, someone met me in a pub, got into wrestling.
Okay.
Shut up, man. That ain't it. No way.
Elaborate. Who met you in the pub?
Yeah, who'd you meet? Tony Khan?
Tony Khan. No, I mean, I started watching wrestling quite late. Like, I can't really remember much about, I think about 11 or 12 when I started getting into wrestling. And I think when I got into wrestling, it was like 2001, 2002. So sort of John Cena was just starting off. Randy Orton was just starting off. Chris Jericho.
That was a good time in wrestling, man.
Yeah, just after the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Ruthless Aggression era just started. When I started watching wrestling, Eddie Guerrero obviously was one of the guys that I thought was awesome.
All three of us are Like you're like a child of the 80s era, the golden era of wrestling, like you call it. I'm a child of the attitude, and you're ruthless aggression. You know what I mean? That's a bit.
But I mean, I watched wrestling then. I really enjoyed it. But I think for me, obviously, I was always invested in I liked the character people. So I liked like Goldust, and I like people that are a bit over the top. And I think the first person that like obviously I like Eddie Guerrero because I like the stuff that he did. Obviously the lying, cheating, stealing. He was a bit of a character. You didn't ever know what he's going to do, but he was always fun to watch. Rey Mysterio, obviously John Cena with all his like rap stuff and everything. That's quite fun to watch. Dr. Thugonomics.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hated John Cena rapping. He just he looks like a fucking nerd rapping. He does.
But the one person that I really got hooked on from an early age, or like someone I've always liked from day one, after he left Spirit Squad, was Dolph Ziggler. So for me, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time it's an odd one. Is Dolph Ziggler. I think he's one of the greats of all time. I think he's very underrated. He's had opportunities, but he's also I think he's not been given the opportunities he deserves sometimes. But Dolph Ziggler is someone I've always liked and always been impressed with. I think if you look at, I know he's a modern day sort of copy of Shawn Michaels. Yeah, he takes all his he takes inspiration from Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was his inspiration. Again, I did like Shawn Michaels. Obviously, I was towards like the middle end of his career. But Shawn Michaels again was someone was impressive to watch. So my watching wrestling was weird for me as well because my parents didn't want me to. So I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling in my own house. So I only watched wrestling around my friend's house. Or if my dad was out, my mum was nice to let me and my brother have it on. But I didn't really get to watch wrestling growing up.
I was brought up on wrestling. Like my grandparents, like on my dad's side, they loved wrestling. So like on a Saturday, you had to shut your mouth and sit down because wrestling was coming on. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you didn't shut your mouth, you'd get like my granddad slip around the back of your head.
So that was like the old world of sports stuff.
Oh yeah. Which can I just say, Rob Long, a friend of mine, just messaged says his hero growing up was Mick McManus, which is another.
One of the best heels I've ever watched, man, is Mick McManus. He was a fucking amazing bad guy. I loved watching him, and just going back to watch him when I was a heel, trying to get a bit more character in. Just watching how he interacted with the crowd, man. He had it down to a really good art. He was fucking good. I love that guy.
Nate, do you know you just said about underrated characters, wrestlers, and you said obviously was Dolph Ziggler, you think, yeah?
Yeah.
So my question is, yours is Dolph Ziggler. Lee, name me a wrestler who you think was very underrated that was held back a little bit, maybe too much.
I don't know, man. I mean, because I always loved William Regal and he never actually got a world title run. I'm going to say because I did love him when everything. I mean, everything he had an amazing character. So many times I loved him, so many times I hated him, so many times I loved him. And his work with Tajiri was amazing, and his technical ability is just fucking astounding. And I think, as much as it was nice to see Drew McIntyre, lifting the title, and as much as maybe I'd have liked to see Bulldog before holding a world title,
I
do think William Regal deserved a world title run when he was at his peak. I do think so. So I'm going to say Regal.
Okay.
Do you know mine would be Owen Hart?
Oh yeah, but he just never had the chance. That's
because he had everything. He, in my eyes, he was the better one of the brothers.
I think you have to look at it though. I think Owen would have got his chances if he hadn't unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, he didn't get the chance because of what happened. That's what I think. I mean,
Nah,
I think
look at the stupid gimmicks that he. You know, you remember when he came in with the like big like them sort of trousers Nathan wears now, sort of thing, really, don't he?
Zubas, which have been around for years in wrestling, yeah.
But Kane's dentist gimmick was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking Stone Cold stunning Steve Austin didn't work for him. You know, everyone has a bad gimmick before, and I think Nathan's right. You know, if you know that tragedy hadn't have happened, if Owen hadn't have died, then I reckon because he had that fucking the technical ability that Brett had, but he had more charisma than
He was
Brett.
better. He was much better, and unfortunately, he was just known as Brett's brother.
Yeah,
that was it.
That would have shone through though. If he'd have lived past that, I think that would have shone through because he had more stage presence, man, and that you know that's like with people like The Rock and Macho Man, that means a lot. Stage presence. You can be the best wrestler you can be, but if you're just boring in the ring, who the fuck wants to watch it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, we're all like that with Nathan, really, aren't we?
Yeah, man. And that's why you got off tangent on my little bit of the interview. Thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Well, sorry. No, carry on, mate. Tell us about you. Who did you meet in the book?
Yeah, so
Who did you meet in the pub?
So I didn't really get into wrestling until a later date, and then obviously where I lived in little villages in Lincolnshire, there's not much around. I didn't really know anything about wrestling. Always thought growing up it'd be cool to be a wrestler. Obviously, everyone does. And then I came to uni here, moved to Cov, and obviously became friends with Tomby. We discussed about doing wrestling, or it'd be cool to wrestle. So we did some Google searches. We found CPW online, and we're looking at trying to find out how to get where they train. And then one night I went out and I bumped into Kieran Young and his friend, who's a dick.
Who's that?
I don't even want to say his name on my
no,
screen.
Come on, mate. Listen, if I had to say about Phoenix, mate, you've got to say that.
I know. I mean, he's not even worth the breath of my air to say his name.
I know who you mean.
You know what I mean? The guy's a douchebag.
Who?
TJ Sky. He's a dick. Anyway, him. Douchebag. I call him.
There you go.
They were in the pub. I was talking to Kieran. And they mentioned they were wrestlers. They said that they trained at CBW. They said I should come along, and that was the end of it. I came along next week.
The rest is history.
Yeah, loved it, really enjoyed it. So I told Tomby, brought Tomby along a couple of weeks later with another friend of ours. Tomby killed him at training. So our friend never came back. It was just then me and Tomby, and then, yeah.
So you brought another lad to training, and Tomby fucked him up in training.
Yeah, we were doing something, and I think it was bumps or something, and it was like giving a move or something. I don't know what Tommy hit him with. I think it might be a clothesline, and I think he just knocked the wind out of him and everything. And the guy was like, "No, this ain't for me," and then never came back. I mean, it was Tomby's good mate, so it was fine. It was allowed. Tommy just whacked him as hard as he could, I think. He's like, "We're friends. It's fine."
We're friends.
But you see it though sometimes when some people try it for the first time and then they take that first bump and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Well, we didn't have the ring. I didn't have the ring first time I turned up.
Eh?
I didn't have the ring. No, I didn't have the ring when I first turned up.
My first set didn't have a ring, but my second one and everyone after did.
No, I didn't have a ring on a lot of mine. The rules were if we could be asked to put it up, it got put up. If we were there early enough, it got put up. If we weren't, tough luck, you've got mats and a crash mat and a floor.
When I started, that was like the rule. But that I think that everyone seemed to do it then. I used to turn up and
it got to a point where everyone wanted that ring up because it was like so much more fun sessions. The ring up, yeah. And then everything since then is history. And I've gone on to do a lot of stuff at CBW. We are going to go through some of the questions now, guys. I've got a question here from Commentary Pro Wrestling for me. It says, how did Nathan find working the dustbin /mechanic /boiler suit man gimmick? Well, we know what we're on about there. So for those who obviously,
Is that before Freddie?
No, this is outside. This is.
Oh, that was with. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it was your tag team gimmick, weren't it? Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
For those who don't know, obviously outside of CPW, I've wrestled do other stuff outside of CPW. I like to keep my CPW characters inside CPW for you guys only. But I was known as on the independent circuit. I wrestled as the party boy, Nate Lewis. Just all good, loving, fun character. And then I got into a tag team with a friend of mine at the time, Corey Johnson. We decided to not do singles wrestling, but do tag team wrestling because it was easier for me to do tag team wrestling and something I wanted to do and enjoyed doing. So we became a tag team called the Usual Suspects. The idea was good from the start. We had a good idea for it.
The pictures look good.
We both wore boiler suits. The look wasn't bad. The look was fine. There wasn't nothing wrong with the look, nothing wrong with the name, nothing wrong with the ideas of how to do it. However, it wasn't for me. I did it for about a year. I won't regret it. I learned a lot from it. I got to wrestle all around the country. I got to wrestle a lot of guys on the circuit who were tag teams, but also a lot of single guys that I wanted to wrestle as well. So I gained a lot from it. But it wasn't for me, the gimmick. I was trying to be a rude boy, a bit of a bad boy, a gangster guy in his overalls. Wasn't my kind of character, or wasn't my kind of thing. I didn't feel it. That's why I wasn't loving it. And sort of then the tag team started not working because I wasn't sold on it. I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't going the way I wanted to. I didn't have much ideas in there. I was shut down a lot. I was sort of just like, I'm the one that gets on with people. I'm the one that can.
You are. I'm out of the two. You are definitely.
I'm the one that can make sure that things are said the right way. I had the car at the time, so I'm more used, I think, at times personally. Obviously, me and this person aren't friends anymore. We fell out over, the way in which I was treated as a friend. And I learned a lesson from it. I learned to be a stronger person, not to be taken for a mug, not to be anyone's little bitch anymore. And the tag team, fuck you, Aaron. The tag team.
No, mate, I'm agreeing with you, mate. I like seeing you like this, mate.
And I decided that was it. I'm going to call the tag team on its head. I'm going to stop doing it. I think we then wrestled each other as a singles match, as I had to close it all off, to shut it all down. I turned on him because I wanted to get rid of the gimmick. And it's one of those things you learn from it. I mean, I learned from the fact that, I went out there to try something. It didn't work. People do that on the independent scene. There's people that I know that want to make it on the independent scene right now. And you're going to go out there to begin with, and you're probably going to flop. You might not make it, but you've got to change yourself up. I know if I went out on the independent circuit, on my own and doing my own thing, I probably could do all right, I reckon. I'm not the best in shape. I'm not the best overall wrestler, but I'm entertaining for the fans. And I think I could do well out there. It's just something I don't choose to do. So, yeah, the gimmick is what it was. It's something that happened in my career. It's something I learnt from. It's something that I gained experience with. It's something that I had the privilege of wrestling, like I say, the Hunter Brothers, White Tiger, Tiger Mask.
You had to go there, didn't you? You had to put the Hunter Brothers in there.
Not Tiger Mask, Tiger Kid, not Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask is a Japanese guy, Tiger Kid.
What?
Yeah, no, not him. Tiger Kid. Who else did I do? I did some spots with Dan Maloney. And I say I got to go around the country, working some guys that were good for me, and I enjoyed that experience, but I didn't enjoy the tag team. Country Wrestling also asked me, how did it feel when I pinned Robbie E and obviously won the heavyweight title? That was amazing. Obviously, I just come off winning the first ever golden ticket. So obviously that was amazing as well. The first ever of that. And obviously I got the ability to cash in whenever I wanted, like the Money in the Bank. Robbie E had just won the heavyweight title on our show. I came out and pinned him to win the title as Fifi. All that was amazing, so amazing. Obviously, just even getting in the ring with someone like of that caliber was excellent. To be given that opportunity by CPW to
Nearly.
Given that opportunity by CPW to go out there, cash in, and obviously be given the chance to say, look, you're the top dog, you're the guy carrying everything now, you're the heavyweight champion. It was a privilege, it was amazing. I think I was about 3 years in then, 3.5 years in. So, I was only halfway into what I am now in my career. It was an amazing opportunity. I thank CPW for a lot of the privileges, a lot of the things I've had here. I've won a lot of stuff at CPW. I've achieved a lot of things in CPW. In my opinion, there's only one thing I've not achieved yet. That's the lineal championship. I have a list of things I think every wrestler in CPW wants to achieve. It's my list of things that I say that you need to complete to say you completed everything in CPW. I've completed them all, apart from one, and that's the lineal championship. I've won every other belt pretty much. From the level I'm at now, I've had the golden ticket. I've been in I've won the eliminations. I've been a Ruler of the Galaxy.
The person who's won the most eliminations, are you not?
Yes, I am now leading the most elimination wins after the last one. I've gone to 3 wins. So I'm privileged for what I've been given CPW, and I wouldn't want to take away obviously the opportunities I've been given, and can only thank management and those for giving me all these opportunities. And I just want to now carry on trying to achieve the one thing I haven't yet, which is a lineal championship, and then see what happens after that. Once, if I do get it, what happens after that, who knows? Like I say, once I've won that, I've in my opinion, I've achieved everything I've wanted to in wrestling at CPW. So I don't know where it goes next, apart from carry the company on my back for as long as I'm asked to, and be the number one guy that everyone has to step up to, which is what I want to be. So, yeah,
I'm a bit like
me now. We're going to go back to some. Oh, go on.
I'm a bit like you, Nathan. I've got 3 things that I want to do. Yeah, like you're saying that, and it's like spend the night with Lee listening to Careless Whisper in bed, drink Jesus juice, and win a bout. And now all I've got to do now is just win a bout.
Is it drink Jesus juice from the fountain?
Oh, mate, from the tap.
From the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
we're going to go back.
To win the bout.
So CPW, thank you for some of your questions. I'm going to come back to them in a minute. We're going to go back to one of your earlier questions, which is, where is it? It's here on the list. I've got it. Don't you worry, guys. I am prepared as always.
As always.
So they asked us earlier, obviously we were talking about Lee Nuneaton's story. So CPW asked us just to maybe give the fans an insight into some of our maybe wrestling stories that they might not know about. Obviously, when we're on the road, we have road trips. We all have different stories. I'll start off. We've told Lee's Nuneaton story. They have asked about the Skydome story. I don't know what the Skydome story is.
For God's sake!
I don't know that one.
But I'm going to talk about a story. It's one of the memorable road trips. It wasn't, unfortunately, with CPW. There was a road trip that had a lot of memories. And it's some funny stuff happened on this road trip. It involved myself and Will Starr. We were in the car, and I think I had in the car with me at the time, I think it was Corey in the car as well. And maybe another wrestler, I can't remember. And we were driving up to Blackpool on the M6. And you know, when you're driving on the M6, sometimes there's traffic jams or the traffic can be really bad. On this occasion, traffic was at a standstill, right? And we've got a 3-hour drive. You've got necessarily not the smallest guys in the world in this tiny little car. I had a City Rover at the time. So I've got this tiny little City Rover, and I've got me and big Corey next to me. I've got skinny Will in the back, and another lad who wasn't so small in the back as well. And we're just sat on this motorway, right? And we're just listening to music, and I'm warm, tired. I just want to get to the venue now in Blackpool just so I can do the show. And I thought, we need to entertain people. I need to start entertaining people. I'm getting bored on the motorway here. So we turn up the music, and on the middle of the M6, I decided to get out of my driver's seat and just start dancing on the M6, right? So traffic's at a standstill. I'm just there dancing away on the motorway, like whoop, whoop, yeah, woo, right? Next thing, cars start moving. I'm like, oh shit, I better get back in the car. Start driving along again. Gets to another standstill. Out I get, start dancing again. So basically, we just started dancing along this M6. And like, we thought that was hilarious. And then we get to Blackpool. And this is a proof that Corey sometimes he's funny, but he can be a dick on the road. And this is like a funny dick moment he did. Because I could have got hurt, but I didn't. So we finished the show, and we're going back to my car. It's a big car park near Blackpool Tower. And I'm walking to my car, and they're a bit further behind me. And I must admit, it's probably the best shot I've ever seen. Obviously, you know how we've got like the plastic bags that have all our gear in it and stuff? So I'm literally about to get to the boot of my car so I can put the boot open so everyone can get their stuff in my boot. Corey decides to slide his suitcase across the whole length of the car park, right? About 100 meters away from me. He manages to slide this suitcase all the way across the car park perfectly and take out my ankles. So I go flip up into the air. So I just stood there. So I'm about to get into a car. This is me getting into a car. And out of nowhere, suitcase comes in, wipes my legs out. I'm literally head over hill, back bump on the concrete. Will is falling on the floor laughing. And I was like creasing myself laughing. Like it was a shot. Perfect shot. Oh, my days, though. I was just like, I could have got hurt thinking about that. But it was so funny at the time. Like out of nowhere, just this suitcase just comes whoom, and just wipes me out. And I was just like, that was one of the funniest things I think on my road trips ever. Just that experience, just getting wiped out by a suitcase. Huh?
Or I'll say the Scott story. Let's hear one of your stories, Aaron.
Do you know what? Like,
Aaron's got one. I bet it's the same one I'm thinking.
What?
Well, you tell it.
No, I bet he ain't actually. What was you going to think I was going to say?
Well, I was thinking you were going to talk about when we all turned up at your brother's house when we thought someone was going to break in.
Yeah, that was a good road story. No,
I thought we were going to talk about the kebab incident.
Actually. Do you know what? Actually, my favourite road story, you two weren't even there.
Oh, fuck you.
So it's when we done the trip to Exposure. We're doing the minibus trip.
Oh, I was injured. Fuck you.
And do you know what? There was like Will Starr was on there. You know, there's like.
But you had pretty much the whole of CPW on there, apart from like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And on the way down, I ain't going to mention his names, but a certain trainee who thinks he's a
rapper. I think he's a rapper.
So we said, well, when you get down, by the time you get down there, we want to hear your rap. So he's there. So in the rap, it was brilliant. So Will's got long hair and his missus was fit. There was one a bit. It was like, yeah, okay, well, you agree on that, you know, okay, that's fine, you know. James Cross, what was it? Lucy's nothing but James Cross's side bitch, which upset me a lot because I thought I was James Cross's side bitch at the time. But then we got into the place, right, and they split us up. They knew we were coming, so they split our group up, like, to make more noise.
To make more noise around the venue. Clever booking.
Yeah. So I sat next to Kevin Isaacs, and we started the chant of Jack Conway's mum. Jack Conway's mum. Jack Conway's mum. Jack Conway, he was there. Jack Conway was with us. He was sat on the other side, right? You had people that didn't even know Jack Conway's mum, that was the Welsh people, started joining in with a chance of Jack Conway's mum, Jack Conway's mum, like that. So that tickled me. Then so that certain rapper wrestler, as we know, can't hold their alcohol. Yeah. we started the chance of him to get the beers in after the show, and the whole crowd started doing the same again. And then we found out that Livy, James Cross's missus, is scared of clowns.
Oh yeah.
One of Exposure's wrestlers
Is a clown.
It's a clown.
Yeah, well, he's not Exposure's wrestler, but yeah, I know you're on about.
Oh, it was the most funniest thing. She's got her head down like that, and then we went outside, and they're all sitting there to do the signatures, and he's just sitting there, and to see her just go past it like so quick. And then I remember telling the Welsh guy to shut his mouth as well, because
that
he
might
said
be my new gimmick. I might do a clown gimmick.
He said something to one of the female wrestlers on there, who I like, I like as a wrestler. And I remember turning around and telling him, if he don't shut his mouth, I'm going to knock him out. And he did.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
I bet you knocked you out.
Get out, mate. He's Welsh, and they can't knock nothing out unless they're chasing sheep. So that was my favourite road trip. I mean, we've had some good road trips, Nathan. We've been to Chesterfield. That was a good road trip. I come back with a lovely £5 Primani jacket. Like you're saying, the one where we thought my brother's house was getting robbed, and we all stormed up in our wrestling gear to see the police sitting there.
We all turned up fucking looking like. I mean,
we had weapons as well. We all had our weapons for the shot. I had a kendo stick. Tommy had his barbed wire baseball bat, and we just got told your nephew was getting broken into. So you drove like a maniac, and everybody doesn't know. Tommy doesn't like driving in cars, right? Tommy hates being in cars, and he doesn't like it when you're driving fast or you're driving a little bit reckless. Tommy is like petrified of it, and he is literally like in the back, like
Oh mate, well, I was been doing 50 mile an hour around them country lanes.
But then we got there.
And we get there, the blues are on. We're like, oh shit, police are here.
Hide the weapons.
Hide the weapons. It was hide the weapons, guys. Hide the weapons. And then we get out, and the police are like, "You're our boys." We're like, Aaron's like, "Yeah, this is my nephew's house. He's rang us about what's happening." And we thought the police were gonna like task us to leave or something. We look like we're here to like kill someone. Like we're not here to like mess about. And the police just turned to us all and go, "Looks like you've got this in control, lads. We'll see you later." And they just ditched and left us there. And then we go into the house. Lee goes to the bog. Lee goes to the toilet. He's always needed a piss. I'm going around the fields with a flashlight, like I'm like Inspector Morse or something. Like I'm the hero of this situation. Aaron's making sure his nephew's okay, and Tommy just sat in the garden like, yeah. And next thing is
when I was in the toilet, Aaron's brother and his missus comes back, yeah, and then I come out of the toilet and I'm wearing a fucking full Stone Island tracksuit with my shaved head, and I know they've just heard this news, and as soon as she sees me coming out of the toilet, and I say, "Look, I'm not robbing your house."
Lisa's like, "I am not the person robbing your house. I'm here to help."
And then you got drunk, Lee.
And then your brother just gives us whiskey.
Yes,
yeah, Lee was steaming.
Lee was steaming off that whiskey. That was strong whiskey.
She's had about 2, and I had about 6. So fuck you.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Pipe down.
Our 2's about your 6 because you're small.
That's true. But no. So Skydome story, yeah. It was I think I can't remember the company. Yeah, I really can't. But they had Rey Mysterio on the show, and Alberto Del Rio was on the show as well. And so
this was WCW. What culture?
WCWW.
Yeah.
And then me and Danny O'Neill and I met up with a few lads before. We went to the pub before. We got slaughtered, and then we went into the Skydome to watch the show. And then we were a bit loud all the way through, But then it comes to the Rey Mysterio Alberto Del Rio match, and I've actually got a video of me trying to video Mysterio coming in, and I fell off the chair because I was that pissed. And the video just going, oh fuck, you know what I mean? But then me and Danny never got kicked out, but I did. But me and Danny are both chanting Spanish wanker to Alberto Del Rio, because we're both a bit drunk and he's the bad guy. So, you know, we're Spanish wanker, Spanish wanker. And then the stewards are coming up to tell us to be quiet. So we do, but then other people start chanting it. And me in my drunk, you know, want to have an argument with everyone mind, I turn around and I'm like, you ain't telling them to be quiet. And then I start chanting it really loud and I get kicked out. And so then I missed the last 2 matches and I have to meet everyone in the pub after. That is the Skydome story.
That's a good story. I like that.
That's a good one.
But as they were taking me out, I tried to sneak into another entrance, and the steward who kicked me out was like, come on, mate. I was like, you can't blame me for trying, mate, you know?
So we're just going to go back through the chat. We got some questions here. So CPW got a 2-part question for myself, so I answered all in one go. How do I find the transition from locker room to corporate, and also transitioning from Coach Nathan and leading the development of the CPW Cubs? I'm guessing that's the name of them now.
I like that,
amazing name. I like that.
Yeah, the Cubs.
CPW Cubs. That's obviously our juniors. Yeah. Locker room to corporate has been hard. It's weird as well. Because I sometimes still think I'm a wrestler, just a fully wrestler, and forget that I'm part of management. And I've got to learn different things. I've got to behave different ways. I've got to sort of treat people differently slightly sometimes on the show days. And I forget that sometimes. But I'm learning. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying the more.
Huh? Matt, you had to. Have you had to lay down the law with people?
Yeah, I'm starting to do that a lot. I'm doing that a lot more now. Like, I'm in that position now, being told where I can tell people off, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, put them in their place.
Is it weird for you though at first, isn't it?
It's weird. It's weird. It's like and also they don't listen straight away. They don't give you that respect straight away. They're like, you're not management. But you know, now they understand I am. But no, I'm enjoying the transition. It's probably going to be the path that I end up going down eventually and staying in that position. But again, with the training side of things, I've learned loads from training. I've had a lot of issues in training. I'm always learning how to be a better coach, better trainer. I'm enjoying it. I love it loads. You know, you meet some trainers out there, not Will, not myself. You meet other trainers out there that they teach you stuff. They teach you all the stuff that they can do, and then they don't like it if you get better than them. They won't go out their way to try and make you better. For me, I don't care. If you're better than me, if you're better than me, good. It means you're probably gonna have a better career than me. It means you can go further than I have. I'm there to help you. I'm there to teach you. That's the whole point of me. It's like a teacher at school. You don't teach them. You don't go to a school and go, oh, I'm going to teach you as much as I can teach you. Apart from, I'm not going to let you be cleverer than me. You know, I can't let you get my job when you're older. You know what I mean? It's stupid. As a coach, you're there to coach people and help them make them better. But I'm enjoying it, and I look forward to doing it a lot more and becoming and watching our kids and our youngsters grow and develop and become way better wrestlers than I have been, hopefully.
The Cubs,
as we're calling them now. We're going to turn the Cubs into Lions.
Yeah.
Question from Martin. How did you all feel the first time you was behind the curtain before your first match?
Who's that to?
All of us.
Yeah, but who's going first?
Well, you don't know. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I beat Lee. What have you got there?
Me.
Sticky finger. No, joking.
A wand.
A wand. All right, Aaron, because you're an idiot, go first.
So I remember standing behind that curtains and Miss Richards standing next to me and saying, you know, this is your moment. Take it all in. Enjoy every second. and I just remember the music hitting because my first entrance music was Marilyn Manson, Cry Little Sister, which I love Cry Little Sister because Lost Boys, massive Lost Boys fan.
Oh, the film, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what are you thinking of? Lost Boys from like Peter Pan?
I like them as well. They're great.
I've never seen The Lost Boys. Sorry, mate.
What?
I'm sorry, bro. I've never seen it.
Hashtag movie night round Leeds. I'll bring the popcorn.
CPW management, can we rethink about Team Madness, please? Not only did he rob my kebab, but now he's never watched Lost Boys.
You're on 2 strikes, Lee. One more strike and you're out.
We can have a film night. We can snuggle. We can watch The Lost Boys. You know what I mean?
And then we can listen to Kayla's whispers and we all cuddle.
You know what I mean? Let's cuddle. It's fine.
Okay, you and Al. Yeah, so do you know what? Stand behind that curtains, Martin, and then when your music hits, you know, the adrenaline takes over, doesn't it? And that fear you had just totally gone out of your head. And I remember coming back out and Will saying to me, "Do you enjoy that?" And I was like, "I want to go straight back out."
Your fight has just got more serious with Triple B.
Why?
He's never seen Lost Boys either.
Mate, seriously, Triple B, you're in trouble, mate. You best get down that training centre, train, because if not, I know where you work and I'm going to come beat your ass at your work. Dressed as Kiefer Sutherland from The Lost Boys.
I know Kiefer Sutherland as Jack Bauer. You know what I mean? He is Jack Bauer.
So how did you feel, Lee?
My first shitting myself, definitely, but excited. You know,
who did you debut against?
My first match, my first appearance was when I was brought out as a member of the Fallen, and I had to beat you up.
Okay, cheers. Cheers.
My first match was Xmas Death Row match.
I was in that.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I came off the? Is that the one where I came off the top rope with the Christmas tree?
Yes.
Yes, mate.
And
top rope crossbody with a Christmas tree. Whose idea was that? Idiot.
Being put in such a big match as part of the Fallen, then it was you know my first proper match. It's caking it. I'm not gonna lie to you, absolutely caking it. But
he's got a smile on his face here.
Triple B, I think this match is happening. Triple B has said, "Ooh, I'm scared. I will warn you, never cross the line."
Yeah. Listen, Triple B.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
You've got to walk to that line first, Triple B, to let me cross it. So, anyway, it's all fun on the internet.
Lee,
yeah, 100%. But you know, I mean, I felt like I did better in that match. I'll never fucking forget that my still probably one of the biggest matches I've ever had was the one I had with Phil, Mr. Richards.
Yeah.
And because I was still so new, I was still so green, I let the excitement of being in that position let me make a lot of mistakes. And you know, as we all know, you know, if you fuck up, Mr. Richards will tell you you're fucked up, and he'll say you're fucked up, and he did. But I mean, that helped me learn so much. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. At first, just the fucking pure excitement of being a fucking wrestler in front of a crowd got to me so much, and I marked out even when I was there in a match. So many times I remember being like, shit, I'm fucking wrestling in front of people. You know, I'm still even like that a bit now, but you just you're still gotta hold it back and just know that they're paying for you to entertain them. That's what it is.
Do you know what it's like when they're cheering your name and you're like you're listening, you're not taking it in, and then that split second you go, oh, that's me.
I mean, but going back to when I won the New Blood title and the CPW Galaxy were chanting, "You deserve it," mate, there were fucking tears running down my face. You know what I mean? It's such a good feeling, and sometimes that can, you know, overpower you, and you forget what you do. You know what I mean? And that's definitely what I used to do a lot. I mean, I'm hoping I've got past that now, but yeah, I definitely used to do that a lot. And yeah, like it is such an overpowering feeling going through that curtain.
Yeah. Do you remember that far back, Nate?
What, my debut?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're in the-
well, it depends. So my initial debut is an interesting story as Freddie, because those who remember the show, my debut was meant to be as Freddie. I was meant to be under the ring. So I was meant to hide under the ring, and the lights were going to go off. I was going to come out and I'd be in the ring. And we got closer and closer, and I was obviously really new, so I was really nervous, and I didn't feel 100% safe being under the ring for some reason. I had this inkling in my head. I was like, no, I don't want to be in the ring. I don't want to be under the ring for this, okay? So we changed it. I'm going to come out of curtains. The match before I was meant to make my entrance as Freddie is the match where Jake Casanova and Tom Lindsay broke the ring and the beam snapped in half and the ring collapsed.
Oh, no.
Right?
Imagine you're in the middle of that.
Exactly. Imagine I was in that. I'd probably been dead or really badly hurt and never wrestled. So obviously, whatever, it's weird because whatever inkling was in my, what, Lee?
That's some Final Destination shit. That
You know what I mean?
Isn't it?
Whatever inkling was in my head about this doesn't feel right to me was the right thing to go with, so I wasn't under the ring and didn't end up getting crushed by the ring. And then I made my debut as Freddie. I did some spots as Freddie. So behind the curtain, I wasn't really that nervous because I knew I wasn't doing a lot. I wasn't really wrestling. I think the first time when I went out there properly was when I introduced Fifi. I think I did a tag match with Freddie. Again, I was nervous like I am every match, but I wasn't like bricking it. Yeah, Triple B may have been the person that broke the ring. He took a bump off the top rope. Not joking. Yeah, Triple B was the match. You were the match before him, and I can't remember who you were wrestling, but they took a big suplex on the top rope. And then the match afterwards, it broke, and Tom and Jake did the same. I think they did a suplex as well, and it bumped and broke the ring. But yeah, that was scary times. Triple B, I'm glad you didn't break on you, man. I'm glad you're safe. But I'm sorry it broke on them as well. Don't want anyone to get hurt.
Yeah, it messed up the shoulder up, didn't it?
Yeah, messed his shoulder badly. But yeah, I think the first time I was really proper nervous, really like bricking it, was debuting as Fifi because I needed it to go well. I knew how much was riding on this gimmick. I knew how much was this has to be this has to work. If this doesn't work, if the crowd aren't invested or whatever, this is going to be another flop for me. So that was the first time I was really, really like, this is the big deal.
Yeah.
So you've had more than either of us, like big matches. You know what I mean? Like big, like so, like so there was a massive part of a storyline which pivoted on you. Does that make you shit yourself more?
Yeah, I think when you know certain things rely on you to be a big part of things, you've got to step up. I think one of the first times for me was the Morris and Windsor feud. When that happened, it was leading up before Xmas Bash, where it was going to be Morris versus Windsor. Obviously, Morris was still Windsor's butler. And I sort of became the savior for Morris at a point. And I came out and I challenged them the show before Bash, I think it was, for 2-on-1. It was Morris and Windsor versus Fifi. And the stipulation was that if I win, Morris is set free.
So he wouldn't have been his butler.
Or Morris has the decision to be free. And that's a big thing to have on you at that, like in your first year of wrestling. Like, this is what I'm doing now impacting the storyline. So the crowd have to be invested in it. The crowd have to be wanting it. It's got to work. They've got to be like, yep, they understand what's going on. So those opportunities, they come and go. It's how you deal with them. I've taken a lot of my opportunities and I've just ran with it, and I've taken it and I've gone with it. There's others where I've been given opportunities and I've been an idiot and I've dropped the ball, and next thing I'm back at the bottom. It's like I say, you just got to stay focused when you're doing your stuff. Trust management to know what they're doing and go with it. As crazy it might sound, just go with it. It will eventually plan out. It should work. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been involved in a lot of cool stuff. I mean, my match with Mr. Richards was a big one because that was lead up to Will Starr versus Mr. Richards. It was his first match back from injury. So
Is that the trolley one?
Huh? Yeah.
Is that when you were in a trolley?
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So he was testing his leg out. He wanted to see how he could push himself, how much he could go, ready for this match with Will. You know, and
pictures of him pushing up, you in the trolley all fucked up, and then him just pushing you out. And he's that's one of the ones where, like, you know, because they all love him, but they all love you as well.
That match was weird. That match was so weird because, like, that was like the one time where I think the crowd were more on someone else's side than Mr. Richards, because it was leading to a bit that he was doing things out there that were getting the crowd to not like him a little bit. So when it went into the Will Starr match, it was a little bit more Will Starr than Mr. Richards. But again, that's a big responsibility to have on you, especially when it's the boss as well. You know, I don't want to re-injure him. I don't want to have an accident where he gets more injured. He can't do the next match. I don't want him to look bad at all. You want to make him look good. You want to keep him looking good. But also, you've got to know that he's coming back with a big injury, and you know, you've got to be careful with those things. And you know, I loved the match. I enjoyed it so much. It was an amazing experience.
I didn't.
Another one off the bucket list. Is ticked off my CPW list. I've wrestled him.
Nathan, do you know why I didn't love it?
Why?
Because Mr. Richards pushed that trolley with your fat ass in it over my feet.
That's more your fault for having your fat ass in the way.
No, that was. I mean, when we done that, your favourite CPW moment, I actually said that was my favourite moment in CPW. Watched that match was that it was everything about it. Like I love the part. I love the part where Martin comes in with a chair.
Yeah.
And if you watch the actual
it's on demand.
On demand, you'll see Martin get a slap from his missus on the way back out. It's so funny.
I've seen that. Funny as hell. He was not happy. That
just sets the tone for the actual. We got any more questions?
No more questions at the moment, I'm afraid. Lee seems to have gone already. He's left us. But no, I think I say, like, you two have still got more to you can do in CPW.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've done a lot. There's only a few things left for me to tick off my list that I want to complete. Whilst Lee's not here, guys, we've got some special announcements again. This Saturday on demand, we will be releasing the footage of the long-awaited Skipyard match, the special attraction show. Trust me, people, you want to be getting on demand if you haven't got it already, but make sure you're ready for Saturday to watch the Skipyard special attraction show, which will be available on Saturday on demand. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. There are some matches on this special attraction show which will, if we're in a building, raise the roof off that building.
The dumpster match is some fucking special shit in that to watch, I promise you. I promise you. It is
also, guys,
watch it.
Also, guys, please remember still that Superstars Season 5 registration is open. It's still open. Get on there ASAP because we're going to be back soon with Superstar Season 5. Now the lockdown is getting more and more relaxed, and we want to have as many of you there that want to experience being a wrestler, want to try and live out the dream or anything like that, or give it a go. Superstar Season 5 is the best thing for you. So Aaron's gone through that experience. Lee's been a part of it. Trust me, you do not want to miss the opportunity. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a ticket for the August the 8th show, I have got some information for you that you definitely want to hear. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron is getting close to that camera. He wants to hear this news.
I want to hear this.
Hear this news. August the 8th, Adrenaline. The Wrestling Mafia, aka Mr. Richards, Will Starr, and Russell Harwood will be present in the ring together at Adrenaline on the 8th.
That's them.
Wrestling Mafia, people. Wrestling Mafia will be live at Adrenaline. So don't miss it. I don't know if there's tickets still left, but check online. If there are, you want to get those last lot of tickets. If they're not, you are missing out. But if you have got a ticket, you're in for a treat because Wrestling Mafia are back, baby.
Also, Nathan, tomorrow it's mandatory you wear a face mask, I hear. Yeah.
This is true. It will be mandatory for anyone coming on the 8th to have a face mask.
No.
I'll tell you something.
I'm just thinking it's mandatory to go into the shops. You have to wear a face mask when you're out in the shops, on buses. So why don't you get on the CPW webpage and order your own CPW face mask, which now you can get your favourite wrestler's name on as well.
Can I just do am I allowed to do the 4 lines face mask? Can I just get away with that?
No.
No, I wanted to cover your whole face, Nathan, because you are an ugly motherfucker.
Lee, I wish your internet wasn't working again this week. It'd be well nice.
All right, girls, calm down.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these have been announcements, but we have forgotten one thing so far before we close up this show and wrap up the show. We've forgotten something this week. Aaron's looking at me like, what have we forgotten? Aaron, what is your useless fact of the week?
My useless fact of the week is focused around Sheamus and what was his name, bro? Who was the I forgot his name now. Huh?
You should have researched this. Come on.
No, I've got. Do you know what? I've had his name in my head, and and it's literally just gone
Luke
out
Harper,
of it.
Brody Lee, Eric Rowan.
No, hold on. Who was the big guy with the?
But I think that's a porn star. So we'll
No,
skip.
he had the 2 women that danced with him on the way to the ring. Oh, come on,
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay, that's it. Yeah. Do you know before wrestling, them 2 used to be security guards?
Yeah.
Right.
Brodus Clay was security guard for Snoop Dogg.
But who was Sheamus security guard for?
I don't know. Kylie Minogue.
Bono.
Westlife.
Bono.
Oh, Bono.
I don't like Bono.
Well, mate, it's good.
There's a had a bad. No, that's the wrong song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not as good as my one about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Have a nice day. That's you two.
No, it ain't.
Right, no.
It is. Have a nice day.
Bono used to be all fucking hard on about the environment, which is fair enough. But then he'd fly his fucking hat, his cowboy hat, on a private jet just to where he was, so he could have his lucky hat for. He's a hypocrite.
Whoa, mate. If it's his lucky hat and it's the only way he can live, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's got that one thing that they have to have with them. I've got to have my little teddy bear wherever I go. I'm joking.
He takes it wrestling with him. I've seen it.
You are my teddy bear, Nate.
You are quite goodly. So, what about this? Nathan told us earlier, yesterday, his belly button pierced.
No, I didn't. You said we should tell the us as CPW fans, should Nathan get his belly button pierced? It doesn't matter what the answer is. I'm not getting my belly button pierced.
Poll, do the CPW Galaxy think Nathan should get his belly button pierced?
No.
Yes.
No one wants to see my fat belly that looks like a hippo yawning with a belly button.
It looks like a hippo yawning.
No one wants to see my fat belly that looks like a hippo yawning.
No. It looks like a hippo going.
Belly button pierced. You imagine looking at a hippo and had a lip piercing. That's what mine would look like.
Hippo, don't worry about it.
My belly would look like a hippo with a lip piercing.
And I guarantee the people want to see this.
Yeah,
They probably
I do.
do, but I don't want to see it in a mirror, and I'm the one who's got to look at it the most.
And we'll pay for it.
Oh, that changed everything.
You cheapskate. Oh, bless you.
Triple B says yes, and then I've got to dance to High School Musical. Triple B, mate. I'll dance to High School Musical any day, any week, because we're all in this together. Yes, we are.
I just think that's Triple B's fantasy coming out there.
What?
I think that's Triple B's fantasy coming out there.
Triple B's always wanted me to dress as a little schoolgirl. I'm joking. I'm
Well,
joking.
Well,
As a sexy schoolgirl.
Outfit, mate. I was moist. When you came
We're
out,
belly button pierced.
Christ.
Yeah, Triple B. I don't want that match no more, mate. You're fine. Keep it.
It's all yours, son.
Yeah, I'll just sit here and listen to Michael Bolton instead.
Mark and Bolton, Lonely Island.
Oh, that's
No.
brilliant.
I love those.
It's actually
I love
how
those
am I supposed to live?
collaborations.
Have we got anything else we need to talk about? Because now we're just talking shit to each other.
This is Talking Madness.
Talking madness.
Where's
Where's
question
Hanley?
from Coventry Pro Wrestling? We've asked. I guess we've answered these before, but I guess things are always changing. Which CPW Cup do you see going far?
Do you know what? I was going to ask a question kind of like this anyway, yeah? So I'm going to add to this with what CPW said, is if you were to do a 3-man tag, yeah? So it's you and 2 other Cubs, whether it's male or female, who would it be?
All right. Well, I'll say, yeah. I see all of them going far if they're getting taught by the big man Will Star. See, I got the rhymes there. You see what I mean?
What? Say that again.
I see all of them
heard.
if they're taught by the big man Will Star. You know what I mean? But if I could have a tag team, you know, a 6-man tag, I would have to probably say, I'm going to say 2 matches because I want a mixed and a normal. I'm sorry, lads. I'm sorry. But I want me and the Tornado and the Trickster, yeah, to be against any motherfucker because I love those lads. They're great.
That's Aaron. That's his new team, Madness, that he's getting rid of. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like I'm whispering to you.
Yeah, he can't see you, Nathan. He can't see you.
You fucking moron.
He can't see me. He can't hear me do this.
I'll just put my hand over his face. He can't see me.
You have to work with people. This. Fuck.
Sorry, and what's your other match?
My other one would be me, Shorty, and Charlie, because I want him to come back over to the good side. Because I love that.
Popcorn chicken.
Yes, because I love that lad. He's got to come back over to the light.
Call him popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Across.
I like that
Jackson
one.
Saxon or Saxon Jackson. I can never remember which way around it is.
Jackson Jackson. I don't know. He might be Viking or Saxon.
I always love dropping the nuts on the biggest guy in the room. And then probably...
Who's busting the nut and the biggest guy in the room?
That girl is so talented.
Who?
Harry. So yeah,
I agree with you. I think for the females, I'm probably looking at Carrie and Shorty at the moment. Obviously, you've got some of the younger girls. Obviously, as they get older, they'll get better. But right now, probably Shorty and Carrie are 2 from those guys that have got the most potential right now, and based on their age. Out of the guys, recently, I say Trickster and Tornado have done really well. They've got a good chance of the tag team to go far and tag team wrestling. Obviously, Charlie's always shown his dedication and gets stuck in. Same with Rydog. I think Rydog's got a lot of potential to go far. They're 2 of my youngsters out the lads.
I shouldn't have Rydog because he's smashing it as well. He is.
So they're the ones they're the youngsters to look out for. Obviously, on the really youngster side, all three of them, Layla, Ellie, and Crystal, all got opportunity. They're in a position at that age. They've got the whole world in their hands. They literally got the ability to learn everything from a young age and use it all when they're older. So watch out for all of our Cubs, really.
Definitely.
I say all of them. Watch out. The Cubs will take over. They'll be like a pack.
Our Cubs are like
a pride
better than what Phoenix has got at the moment.
No, Lions are, they would be a pride, but I want to say pack.
I'm just going to say that our Cubs are probably better than what the Phoenix has got at the moment.
Hands down, mate.
Big time.
Our superstar shows are way better than what Phoenix have ever produced, and we do it in 10 weeks.
This is my matches, yeah. Now Lee's said he's having 2 matches. I'm gonna have 2 matches as well. So I'm gonna have myself and 2 of the male Cubs. I'm gonna have me, Roy Dog, and Ziad.
Nice, Ziad,
yeah.
Ziad's got a lot of potential. He's a according to Quiet Assassin.
Now he's dropped Ace, literally.
Yeah, literally he's dropped Ace. Got rid of that.
He's dropped Ace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll give you that. Ziad's got a lot of potential.
Yeah. Ace was just holding him back. I'm going to say that. You know what I mean? Deadwood. And if you're watching, good. No, I'm joking. I love you, Ace. You're my Bombay bad boy brother. So,
okay, and your females?
And the females, I am going to go for Emma Cross and Little Crystal.
Yeah. Emma's done really well recently in stuff that she's been doing.
I could see so much of the attitude that she gets from her uncle. You know what I mean? That when she walks in there, she's just like, yeah, this girl's got bad attitude and she's going to knock you out.
Yeah. We've got another question.
Let's be honest, but
this is probably going to be our last question, unless you can quickly get any in, guys. We are about to end this soon, unfortunately. But this one's a good question. I like this one always. We'll make it a 2-parter, shall we?
2-parter.
Yeah, it's Shannon, and she's asked, what are your dream matches? So we'll do dream match CPW, but dream match any wrestler of all time.
Who are we starting with?
I'll start for once.
Go on
then. CPW dream match. It's someone that I've always wanted to wrestle. I've not wrestled in a singles match ever. I want to wrestle them for the right reason. When the right reason comes, I think people know. But I want a single match with Morris.
Yeah.
Morris is mine. I've known that kid since day one coming into CPW. I've always got on with the lad. I respect him so much. I think he's one of the best I've ever seen. And he's got so much potential still to grow and be better and bigger. And every time he gets in the ring, I just like what he does. And I think hopefully one day down the line, I'll get a match with Morris and we'd tear the roof off the place.
Definitely.
I want to hear that chant again that I heard back in the Fatal 4-Way I had with the guys back then. I think I want to just tear down the boundary and have one of the greatest matches in CBW history with them. So that's my dream match in CBW. Dream match of all time, if I could wrestle one wrestler ever in the world, it's a weird one, but it would definitely be Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler's mine. I think Dolph Ziggler, I don't know, I've always loved watching him, and even watching him now, he's just so exciting. And the way he sells for people, I just love it. Yes, it's obviously based on Shawn Michaels. I know people say it all the time. I don't know, it's just someone I've always said to myself, I'd love to have a match with him. I think I'd have fun. There's other people I'd love to wrestle as well, but I think them, Randy Orton, people like that, you'd love want to wrestle them. If I could wrestle Ric Flair in his prime, that'd be amazing. These are all dream matches, but I think Dolph Ziggler and Morris are my 2 dream matches I've always said I wanted. I've said it a lot in CBW. One person I've always wanted to wrestle is Morris. And yeah, they're mine. Lee?
I reckon I'll say at CPW, it's either a singles with Dan Evans, because he's somebody I haven't wrestled yet and I really want to, or a tag, me and Slim Shady against them two. Against
Mate,
them,
that was my one. That's my one as well.
I'd love that. I think we'd have a lot of fun, and I think we'd learn fucking a hell of a lot about tag them two.
Agreed. You can't go wrong with them. I've wrestled them, and they are amazing to wrestle.
Of all time, Ric Flair.
Yeah,
if I
nice.
wrestled against Ric Flair in his prime, just seeing how he gives him as a heel, how he gives everything to who he's working, man. I mean, I wouldn't even have to work that hard at all. It'd be him doing, and just obviously being in the ring with somebody of that caliber it'd be incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. No, completely agree.
Mine, like literally, my CPW match will be me, Will Starr in a bra and panties pillow match.
I want to see it.
Unfortunately, mate, I've already done that match in a hotel room. No,
no, mine was the same as Lee's. Is me and Lee, Team Madness versus Dan Evans and Scott Oberman. That is.
Whoa. What about Still Brothers?
No, mate. No, I don't know them.
No, fine.
If I was to do all-time legend match,
me. No.
You're a legend.
Okay, legend.
Legend. I'm gonna go for the late great Pat Roach. That's who I'll go for, because he, like, growing up, he was my favourite wrestler in the early 80s. Early 80s, like 84, 85, 86, like growing up there, watching it. So that'd be my. But I mean, if COD Pro Wrestling want to book me and Will in a bra and panties match, I ain't gonna say no to it.
That's a money maker. That's a fucking money maker right there, boss.
It's how to lose money.
Seeing this in bra and panties. Hello.
No.
Don't lie, Nathan. That's your fantasy.
Yeah, Will.
No, you're always texting me like when I'm going to bed. Like, what do you wear to bed?
I mean, I definitely don't. But okay, if that's what you believe, you must be dreaming that stuff. If you're dreaming about me messaging you that, that's okay.
That's me. I've just set up a fake account as him. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. No. So yeah, they're my matches.
Triple B just pulled your pants down, literally, Aaron. He just put. Can't believe Aaron didn't say me, even though he keeps begging for it.
Can I answer that?
Oh, man, you said your pants pulled down.
No. I'll answer that. Triple B, you know, I respect you because you're like one of the forefathers of CPW big man wrestling. The reason I want to match with you is to bring you out of retirement just to put you back in it again properly. Don't try and pull my pants down here, mate.
Mate. I'm not going to lie, Aaron. You're one of my best friends and I'm a close friend. I love you to pieces. But you're barking at the wrong tree with Triple B, mate. Triple B will batter you.
No, mate. I'm ready for it.
There's a reason why Triple B is one of the best big men we've ever had.
Nathan, get your nose from up his bum.
Exactly
I don't care if my nose up his bum, mate. Triple B is a
trying to prove,
future Hall of Famer for a reason.
He's trying to show now. He's trying to show that, yeah, that's the past. And Triple B, you're one of the people that showed me that love and that welcome, you know, when I came in. But, you know, he's hungry. He wants to be the next best big man. You've got to come out of retirement. Help him. Either way.
No offense, mate. For him to be the next big man, I've got to retire first.
Mate, you ain't big, man. You look like Uncle Albert. Mate, you're my height and his weight. Shush your noise. You know what I mean?
Hippo, man.
I've picked up bigger guys than Aaron's ever picked up.
Yeah, but that's on your nights out, mate. End of the day, right? Do you know what?
99 downhill fields.
Do you know what? The reason I wanted a match with Triple B is for that reason. He is CPW's forefather of big men. But, you know, if he wants to take it that, you know, he thinks I'm begging him.
Take the torch.
Yeah. If he thinks I'm begging him, let him believe he's begging him. But he's still making excuses why he can't be in the match. I haven't made an excuse.
Ooh.
No, I'm sure you'll find one eventually.
No, mate. I'll have no excuses. CPW wants to book that. The powers that be will book that. I will be there and I will give him a fight.
Power. I've got the power.
You've got some sway in this now, ain't you?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
management.
Yeah.
You just floated your cock about being management.
Yeah.
So Triple B says you want to be a legend killer.
Leg end killer.
But that's it.
So we never know. The match might happen one day. We don't know yet. We'll wait and find out. But ladies and gentlemen, he also says he's not afraid of bullies. So you're aware.
Who's bullying who? No one's bullying anyone.
Well, you're coming across a bit of a bully, mate.
Like, we hate bullies. Team
Yeah, we
Madness
do.
bullies.
That's what Team Madness is about. We're like the people at the back that shouldn't be there, that everyone looks at and go, "What you doing?" That's what me and Lee are.
That's it. You're the circus act.
And you're a clown.
I'm happy. If we were the clowns of CPW, if we are that, yeah, I'm happy to be that, to bring that joy, that fucking laughter, and that fucking love into the hearts of CPW.
CPW Galaxy laugh with us. They laugh at you, Nathan.
That's fine. I don't care.
Don't start on me, Nathan.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We thank all those who popped in and out throughout the stream. We appreciate it. Those who stayed from the first minute to the last, we appreciate that as well.
Definitely.
Just to recap then, guys, this is episode 10. We've been here for 10 episodes. We've got many more to come. Trust me, we've got some really exciting guests coming up in the future. But I will like to say, guys, again, some announcements. Remember, this Saturday, the Skipyard Special Attraction Show will be live on CPW On Demand. Plus, you can catch this week's Moonlight taping already on demand, which has some amazing matches, with the main event being the Silk Brothers versus Merseyside Mercenary Squad.
Get it right.
Mouthful that is, really, isn't it?
It is, and then, mate.
MMS. Also, Superstar Season 5 registration is open still. Sign up to be part of Superstar Season 5. And finally, the biggest announcement of the night, August the 8th, CPW return to the CPW Galaxy Adrenaline Show. The Wrestling Mafia are back inside the CPW ring. Mr. Richards, Russell Harwood, Will Starr will stand together inside the CPW ring. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to be there for tickets still available. Remember,
you know what that means, don't you?
What?
Somebody's going to get fucked up.
Oh, you can guarantee someone's getting their head smashed in. That's what we do. But remember, if you do come to the Adrenaline Show, you'll be required to wear a face mask, which can be purchased from CPW, and you can get them with your favorite wrestler's name on them as well. So have a look online for that. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, I've been Nathan Lewis. My man to my left has been Lee Simmonds. The man below me is AKA Aaron Davies, Slim Shady. Together, we are the hosts of Talking Madness. We'll be here next week. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. See you very soon. Oh, hang on. We have a last minute question. We just done the wrap up. But CPW have a question for us. Those who were there would have remembered this match. We're going to stop. We're going to hold up. We're going to take time out. We're going to go back to live.
Hammer time.
Yes. CPW want to know quickly, how did Nathan find doing the Love Shack match at the over 16 show? Wow, what a question that is. We will finish on that question.
One of my favourite matches I remember watching, I'll be honest with you.
Yes. So we're not gonna end it here, guys. We're gonna carry on. Why not? We're talking, man. We do what we want, when we want, how we want. And we don't want to stop this live stream. We won't stop this live stream. So stay with us. We're not going anywhere.
We're going. It's like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not going anywhere.
Nope. Love Shut Match. Love Shut Match was pitched to me by Mr. Richards many, many weeks before it. He's like, Nathan, we've got to do some Russell Harwood. I've got an idea for a match. I love Shut Match. I go, what the hell is that? Aaron, would it be thongs?
Would what be thongs? Oh, the mat. Yeah.
Bra panties. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he pitches his match to me. He's like, I want to do something. I want to do a love shot match for Russell Harwood. I'm like, what is one of them? And I'm like, what is one of them? And he's like, well, this is the idea. Hardcore match. Extreme rules match. But only sex toys allowed. What?
No, it's just like that. Sex toys allowed.
I'm not sure if I heard you right there. Just want to get my ears clear. What do you say? Extreme rules match. Sex toys only allowed.
Can you?
Okay then.
Can you list?
We're on. I'm going to agree with it. Why not? Let's go for it. See what happens. It could be weird. It could be fun. So then he's like, "Right, who are we going to have in the match? Great winner." I was like, "Cool." A bit conservative. Might not be down for some of this. We'll see what happens. So on there. By the way, at that time of the year, my Amazon account looked really weird. I'm online. Oh, what can I buy? What I'm going to put it back. Oh, here we go. Splendid dildo. Buy. Spanking pad. Buy. Butt plug. Buy.
Sex doll.
Blood doll. Buy. Inflatable penis. Buy. Another dildo. Buy. Jesus, I don't know what I was doing.
Do you know what though? Do you know what? No, Lee. The best bit is he said he bought them. He already had them under his bed.
It's fucking there. You know what I mean?
This is not true, but anyone.
It is.
So I bought all the toys, and I started then thinking in my head, what's the match going to be? What am I going to do? How am I going to use this? I want to look like it's my thing. So I'm like, right, I've got an idea in my head. So I then created this stupid plan and this sick, twisted plan that I'm going to glue a load of thumbtacks to the spanking paddle. Because in my head, I'm like, yeah, this is going to make sense. So I glue a load of thumbtacks or staple or drawing pins to this paddle. And they're like, why have you done this? And so I was like, right, this is my deal with Dre Winter because he's going to be a bit weirded out by this. So I'm going to do a lot of the sexual stuff, the inappropriate stuff with the toys to Drake Winter. And basically, the idea is that he's not going to be happy about this. He's not going to like it. So for him to get his payback on me, I'll let him whack me that paddle in my back. Great idea, Nathan. Clever idea. Amazing idea. Switched on a bit, I think. Get to the show. We plan the match. We do the match. It goes down a treat. My blood doll gets brain busted. She dies. I have a moment from her. Stacey.
We want Stacey. We want Stacey.
Because I did the scene from I think, is it Platoon? Yes. Where he's on his knees, and I was like, Stacey!
Can we just say it's Platoon, not Plant-toon?
Oh, Platoon. Sorry.
That's a company.
Okay. Anyway, so I did that scene. I was like, oh, no! And then obviously the finish was the putting the butt plug out of my bum into his mouth, which we all loved. He was so excited about that spot. I
bet he was.
But the paddle idea, obviously, beforehand was amazing. Afterwards, I had holes in my back and I regretted it slightly and it hurt a lot. It didn't hurt. I didn't feel it going in. I was like, oh, that's it, me. And it stuck in my back. And I had to do a back bump afterwards and I had to try and get it out of my own back. And that sucked. And there's a picture, I think Lauren Starr got an amazing picture of just my back and just their blood running down my back. Yes, this was the over 16. show. I know there were some fans that have said they don't like sight of blood. The next thing I just sat there with blood coming down my back. But I wouldn't change it. It was amazing, Matt. Will Russell Harwood ever do another one again? Who knows? We may find out in the future. Who knows what might happen?
Nathan, do you like the name Russell Harwood or Raymond Harwood?
Well, now it's Russell, but
that's your fault, motherfucker.
But someone said to me the other day, why didn't I call myself Richard Harwood?
You didn't get much
Would have been
choice
the
in
better
it.
name, Dick Harwood.
But do you know what? You didn't get it. Yeah, it's because I forgot the name.
Richard Harwood
Raymond.
would have been a great name. Yes, it was meant to be Raymond Harwood. I know that, but you can't remember names to save the life of you, and you messed up the whole sketch show. But I don't personally. Now looking back at it,
you're welcome.
I don't think Raymond Harwood would have had the same ring to it. Raymond Harwood.
Russell, you are Russell, the love muscle. That's what you are.
Yeah, Raymond.
I've actually got you in my phone as Russell Harwood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
But yeah, I've been like Raymond to me now. Think about it, it's like, I don't think that would have ever worked. Richard Harwood would have been fun though. You could have called myself Dick Harwood. Now think about it. But Russell Harwood is what we've gone with, and it works now, and it's what it is now.
Richard Wad.
What?
You could be called Richard Wad, Dick Wad.
Richard Tickler.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
no, don't stop now. Who asked about
we're going to continue going until we have 0 viewers. We've got 9 watching us right now. We've got loads of you there. We've got people joining us. So if you're joining us still, and you obviously want to hear us talk about stuff, ask us questions.
Yeah, listen, I'll be here all night. Who asked about the thong?
CBD want to know if you'd wear thongs, because granny pants aren't allowed.
Oh yeah, I'd wear thong.
But people, if you're watching still, get us some questions. Ask us some questions.
Yeah.
What do you want to know about us? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? What do we want to do in the future? What's our plans after wrestling, etc.?
What do we do out of wrestling? Even what do we do out of wrestling?
Out of wrestling? Mate,
yeah, what do we do to chill out?
Our lives outside of wrestling, if we want to do quickly. I mean, no one's told me to end this show yet, so we're going to keep going until I get told off.
The powers that be have not said nothing, so let's go for it.
It means we're doing something good tonight. Pow, pow.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course it does.
Dab it out. 2010.
Matt, I'd dab it out, but I'd probably hurt myself and end up being on...
you'd put a shoulder out, mate.
Yeah, probably. I'll be a Lee Simmonds.
Oh, Martin has asked the question of the life. Funniest moment in the ring.
Funniest moment?
Yeah, I have the greatest story. It should be on Botchamania, but it's not allowed because one Pacific wrestler won't let me put it on Botchamania.
Was that funniest moment in the ring?
Yeah. That doesn't mean with I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not going to say what.
No.
I'd say one of the funniest moments that the funniest moment I had with like me and Lee in the ring is when we done the freeway headbutt with Bashby, and we literally did knock him to the ground. His little eyes were rolling.
Poor little lad, he was down. I mean,
because we go for it.
Get their match when I've headbutted them before in a match. I've made them forget the rest of the match, and we were a bit excited then when we headbutted him. Took the full force, poor lad.
Because we full force. We don't hold back on our headbutts, do we? When we headbutt each other.
Each other hard.
We proper go for a headbutt.
What's your funniest moment, Lee?
I'm gonna have to say it was one of my first times in the Forum, and it wasn't actually when we were in the ring. It was just as we were about to get in the ring. And Danny, he'll say this himself. He used to he used to like get us in like a little huddle. And just like say shit just to make us laugh, or because we would have to come out of the huddle looking all mean. But he just put his hands underneath and cupped my bollocks. And then he said game face. And then I had to go and I had to look all mean, but I had a semi, I'm not gonna lie. And he got me, fucking, and that is probably it. that's Danny, yeah. Bastard.
One of my weirdest moments, not funny, one of the weirdest moments was at Leicester show, right, where unfortunately you got injured, right, and I had to do the first ever. It must have been the first ever in wrestling history. I did a substitution, in a match. Yeah. Oh, you get hurt, right? And obviously we've got at the time you know, we needed someone in there to just maybe help get the match flowing, someone a bit more experienced in the ring, because obviously I think it was you and Frankie at the time on the other side.
Yeah.
So I was stood next to the boss man, looking over. I'm like, he's down out, he's injured. I don't know what they're doing. He's like, you got to go and sub in. I'm like, what? You go substitute in. I'm like, I don't have substitutes in wrestling. This is weird. So I run full pelt to the ring. I'm like, I'm in a substitute, Aaron. I'm subbing you out, Lee. You're out. And you're looking at me like, what? Dale's looking at me like, what are you doing here? Like, you can't just sub in. Like, and then I'm like, Aaron, tag me in. I go in, I batter serve. I decide that I'm going to do still the similar spot. Like, the spot was to come off the top rope with cross body. I was like, screw it. I'm just going to flip over the top rope. No one catches me. I nearly die.
I remember that. I remember, like, because I think, like, I was getting a bit of a beat down, and it was meant to. I was turning around to get the hot tag for Lee. I turned around, and I was Nathan's there. I'm like, I'm lost now. What's happened? Have I gone into a different sort of like time lapse or something? So I've tagged Lee in. Lee's like, bam, bam. I remember Lee getting in and saying to me, "What's the big move?" And I was like, "You got to go over the top rope." And you were like, "Okay." And then because I was outside the ring, and all I could see was Lee going, "Move the steps." Sorry, no, Nathan going, "Move the steps, move the steps." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I best move them, hadn't I?" So I moved the steps out, and I sat on the steps and watched Nathan come flying over the top. I was like, best seats in the house.
But my funniest moment ever goes back to a 6-man tag match, which was me on a team with Disco Burt, and I can't remember this other person. I can't remember the top of my head right now. I can't remember. Against, I think it was Serb, Tom Lindsay. No, Iron Serb, Dan Evans, and Tom B. With the heels. And I've been practicing training for weeks, springboards, right? And I'd mastered the springboard. I was like, yes, I can do a springboard back elbow, springboard cross body. I'd mastered the springboard. I was like, yes, I can do this in a match now. I did it before the show. I was practicing in the ring. I was hitting it again. I was springboarding off, back elbowing. I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this in my match today just to try and spice things up a little bit. Also, I've been practicing my trainers that are really grippy, not practicing my wrestling boots. So I get the spot. The spot in the match is Iron Serve's going to whip me into the ropes. I'm going to springboard. I'm going to back elbow Iron Serve. He's going to take a back bump. Dan Evans is going to come in. I'm going to drop toe hold Dan Evans onto Serve's crotch. And then I'm going to bump Tomby so he's then behind Dan Evans. So like a inappropriate train. Okay? You know, no bobbing. Bit of fun. So I'm all excited. Here comes the moment. I've got the clothesline. I go for a springboard. I've got my wrestling boots on, and my feet just slip off the rope. I fall off the ropes. And I headbutt Iron Serve in the shins. Bam! I headbutt his shins. Iron Serve then takes the biggest bump ever off the shins. You're like, yeah, boom! Dan Evans is creasing himself laughing that much. He falls through the ropes laughing. Tomby's creasing himself laughing. Bert's crying with laughter, and so is the other person. And then I'm like, oh, my bad. And then like we continue the spot and carry on. But the funniest bit is Serb taking his big ass bump of a shin hit and me missing the ropes. Tommy's got the video of it. It's so funny to watch. Like Dan just falls inside. Like obviously Dan's outside the ring because he's on the tag match. He falls through the middle rope into the ring, rolling around laughing. And then like, oh crap, I better get on with the match. Yeah, that's my funniest moment in wrestling. Shannon's asked us what are our actual plans after wrestling.
I'm going to retire and own a llama farm. I'm going to have a llama farm.
I hope there isn't a time out of wrestling. You know, when I can't actually wrestle anymore, I want to be a fucking decrepit 80-year-old man coming in as your GM saying holla, holla, holla. You know what I mean? That's how I want to be, man.
Why are you Teddy Long?
Oh, I thought it was John Legend.
Bad man.
I thought it was a John Legend song then.
Holla, 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 holla. Do the Teddy Long dance. Holla, holla, holla,
When I
holla.
wrestle, I still want to be involved. If I could still just help out in any sort, I just want to be a part of it because it's been such a massive part of my life. I can't now see my life without it.
No,
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I could walk away from wrestling like fully right now. I'll probably go to back office stuff, doing like maybe I love announcing. I love being an announcer. I'm probably the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be as well.
I'm a better announcer than you.
Do you know what, Nathan? Nathan, you announced our first ever tag team match as Team Madness as well.
I remember my stuff, Lee.
I don't need to. I've got flavour, man. I've got flair.
But yeah, no, I think I'll be around wrestling still. Obviously, I'll probably focus more on the training side of things, coaching. I don't think I'd walk away fully. I think I'll find that hard.
I'm going to own a llama farm and I'm going to share them and make little wiglets for people like you and Lee.
But yeah, I think I'm getting to the point now. I'm getting old.
Mate, you're not even 30 yet. I will slap your bald head in a minute.
You're younger than us. Fuck off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have CPW's Fan Fact of the Week. We're going to finish on this. So we thank you for joining. We're not actually going to finish on this now. But CPW's Fun Fact of the Week. Did you know Will Starr has held the CPW Lineal Heavyweight Championship for 515 days, or 17 months exactly, from today?
Wow. That guy's Jesus.
Wow. I will put money on it right now. I don't think that will ever be beaten.
No.
That is the longest reign ever in CPW of all the belts, I believe. Don't quote me. I'm not sure. I think it is, though. I also think that will obviously be unbeatable. But fair play to Will Starr. Hopefully he can keep hold of it a little bit longer. You never know. You never know. He might lose his suit. Who knows? Hopefully he can hold on for another 600 days. So we might beat him. We don't know. Who knows? Is he that good? How good is he? Is he the best? We don't know.
You're right, mate. Yeah.
Are you good, bro?
Yeah. This is Will Starr, mate.
I've been up since 6 a.m. I think I've gone delusional now.
This is Will Starr we're talking about, the Lizard King of CPW, man. That guy walks in like and like the halo's just like, oh, mate, come on.
Walking on
like
water.
Say, no one's beat.
So he can walk on it.
No one's beat him yet. That is a fact. Will someone beat him in the future? We don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Actually, I think he'll probably just have to like hand the belt over and be like, "Yeah, I'm bored."
Yeah, he's just bored.
Bored of beating everyone. I couldn't beat him. I know I couldn't beat him. I got a chance of beating him. He's way better than me.
I'll just lay down for him.
He knows everything I can do.
I'll just lay on the floor. I'll just lay on the floor. Go, there you go. Well,
yeah, but that's not for wrestling, Harry.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, okay.
That's amazing. We'll give him a round of applause. Will. Congratulations. Well done. Maybe we have to get Will Starr as a guest. Probably a good idea.
I'd love to have Will Starr, but I wouldn't get much said.
Probably just have Will Starr.
I can't afford Will Starr. You're paying, Nate.
I'd just be like this.
Trust me. I've gave him enough favours.
Yeah, that's true.
Nathan,
CPW Galaxy, goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Talk of Madness, the episode 10. We've enjoyed it. It's been the longest episode, and it's because you've loved watching it and watching us. Next week, we will have some guests on again, and we'll go back to the normal routine of getting you asking questions to some of your favourite wrestlers in CPW Galaxy. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Peace out.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We love you.